Live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Burquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Burquin Show on the AM1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM1310 WDPN.
Pocket. It's in the alley. Long run for Angel Martinez, and he makes the catch. Slides and slammed into the base of the wall. Hopefully he's okay.
Now Toppin guarding Caruso. Little crossover. Caruso pump shot. It's good and a foul. Caruso chaos here in the fourth quarter. It's a 14-point lead. Chance to win it. Final seconds. No fouls to give. Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving. Pulls up. Jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 3/10 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Halliburton does it again. Caruso looking. Throws it up on the rim. Knocked away. And Indiana takes game one. Shocking the Thunder here at OKC. The comeback kids do it again. Two. And a little ground ball right side. Nobody's covering first. The tying run will score, and the winning run will score. The Rays win it on that ground ball. Line to left center field base hit. Here comes Little right there. Waters up. Here's low. Late, and the Cardinals win it in 10.
And with that, a big welcome in to the Sam Burquin Show, AM1310 WDPN, streaming AM1310-WDPN.com. Hello, if you are listening and watching on the Q92 Radio Facebook page or YouTube channel. Good afternoon. Welcome in. What a busy last couple of hours getting things ready to roll for you today on the fill-in-the-blank Friday edition of the program. Hope all of you are well. Is it ever going to quit raining? I'm asking for a friend. Is it ever going to stop? Please. Can we have 2 or 3 days in a row with no rain? Goodness gracious. It has been pouring in Alliance. Just pouring. 18, 19, 20 minutes ago, we just had a big burst that lasted about 10 or 15 minutes. Then the sun comes out. It gets a little bit more humid. And then the storm clouds roll in again. I think we're going to get blasted again here in another 15 minutes or so. Hope you are well wherever you happen to be listening today. And welcome in to the program as we close out your week here. Wow, this is our 5th week we'll be putting in the books here as far as our show is concerned. Hope you like what you're hearing, like what we're doing. And hopefully you stick with us here because nothing going to get bigger and better as we go. Sam Burquin here, Ryan Rainsberg over there. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Phone lines are open, by the way, 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. WDPN text line is open too. Put that number, let's see, where should put that number on your fridge. Put it on a little piece of paper, put it in your pocket. Put it into your phone. Put it on your dashboard, on your mouse pad. WDPN text line, 330-924-7088. You can interact with us all day long. Wow. Okay, where do we start? The Indiana Pacers last night. They did it again. They did it again. Huge deficit. Climb back into the ball game. It's topsy-turvy, back and forth the last 3.5, 4 minutes. And hallelujah, Halliburton gets it done again. Pacers walk out of the arena with a big win. They lead the best of 7, 1-0. Incredible. I was watching the game last night, and it was hovering between 9 and 14 points, like most of the time that I had the game on. So I had it on. The Guardians game was well over because they started at 7 o'clock, and, well, he didn't score a run. So I'm sitting in front of the TV. I got my phone going. I'm on Twitter. I'm on X. I'm actually getting ready for the show today, putting some audio clips together, firing them off to Rainsburg in the 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And I'm watching the game. I look up again. Okay, it's at 8. Okay. All right. Look, we've talked about the Pacers enough with enough experts on this show. I am of this firm belief that before this series started, I said they're not getting enough credit. They're getting overlooked. Oklahoma, they're getting too many roses, too many flowers for Oklahoma City. I said, I'm going to stay with this sucker. All right, I got to 3 minutes, and here they come. Here they come. Halliburton, Siakam, T.J. McConnell, Nembhard, Nesmith. Here we go. And Oklahoma City, you could tell by the vibe of the building, watching it on television, or if you were out cruising around, you had it on the radio. You could tell by the vibe in the building. There was a collective, oh God, in the building. You could tell. You could feel it. And then another couple of possessions go by, gets a little closer, gets a little tighter. Now we're at a minute to go. And now I'm thinking Indiana. I thought not only does Indiana have a chance to maybe get this thing to overtime, I believe I said out loud, and I have no witness to confirm this because everybody was asleep in my house. I said out loud, they're going to win this damn game. They're going to win this game. And I sat there and I'm pointing at the TV like, they're going to win this game. And I'll be 40 seconds left, 20 seconds left, 10 seconds left. Final possession for the Thunder offensively. They miss a shot. Indiana gets the rebound. And I'll tell you what was really neat. And I know Oklahoma City fans would probably want to smack me across the face. You know what the best part of last night's game was? Like the last minute and a half, 2 minutes? No timeouts were called. It was the most fluid, easy watch, fun to watch last couple of minutes of an NBA game I have seen in a long, long time. Except they did have to go to video review with that play on Siakam where the ball clearly went off his hands. I don't even know why they reviewed that. So there was a stoppage there. The rest of the way, nobody called a timeout. There was no reviews, no stop, no clogging up the game. I thought it was fantastic. That's what we tune in to see. We tune in to watch the games unfold and happen with nothing getting in the way. Now, I will admit, I was surprised that at least one timeout was not called by Oak City or Indiana. I'm shocked Oak City didn't call one down the stretch just to regather, okay, because you could tell Indiana was really, really starting to take a little bit of control. I'm not surprised Carlisle didn't call one because that's just the way he does it. That's his style. He'll let his guys go out there and let them play. And wherever the ball goes, it goes. That's it. I thought that was fantastic. NBA playoff basketball, game one of the NBA Finals, especially the last couple of minutes. I hope you tuned in. I hope you had a chance to tune in. If you didn't, make sure you check out game 2, which is Sunday night. I wish we didn't have to wait till then, but we do. I thought it was incredible basketball. And Indiana now, all of a sudden, with this win last night, doesn't that make this thing go 7 games now? Don't you think it goes 7? Before the series started, I had Oak City in 6. Got to tell you, man, I'm pulling for Indiana. I know they knocked us out. I know I was cursing them up and down when the Cavs were playing them. I mean, what do you want me to do? That's what we're supposed to do. I was cursing Tyree Halliburton and Pascal Siakam. Cursing them. Now I'm pulling for them. Not because I hate Oklahoma City, because I don't. I got nothing against the Thunder. I love watching SGA play. I love watching Oklahoma City. But I'm telling you what, I'm pulling for Indiana. And I got no skin in the game yet. I really enjoy Indiana. Rainsburg, were you locked in last night a little bit? Did you see the end? I know you know what happened.
Yeah, I know what happened. I didn't watch much of it, but no, I'm rooting for Indiana too. I hope they at least go 6.
I think it will, and because of last night, I would not be surprised if it goes 7.
No, they're playing good basketball. I agree.
That was just wow. That was good stuff last night. Hope everybody had a chance to watch it. So we will dig into the ball game last night coming up here in a little bit. By the way, I got some cool stuff to play for you as far as audio is concerned. And not only do we have highlight calls of the game, we got the winning call by the Indiana Radio Network. We also have audio from one of the big sports bars in Indiana with the crowd reaction of Halliburton's basket, which is phenomenal. And we also have the call on the Korean radio through the NBA. So we're going to play that coming up for you here in just a little bit. By the way, Ben Axelrod is going to check in at 3:35 today for awfulannouncing.com. Does a great job. We're just going to talk about a buffet of sports today. We'll check in on the NBA Finals. We'll talk just a little Cavs, not much, just a little. We'll talk a little Guards, Browns Stadium. Boy, are they just swinging at each other up there now between Cuyahoga County, the city of Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns, the lakefront people. Oh my God, it's an all-out war. And we'll talk to Ben Axelrod about that coming up again, 3:35 here on the 1310 WDPN. It is also a fill-in-the-blank Friday. And once again, you all out there are not disappointing with your responses to our questions. Today's fill-in-the-blank Friday question is, besides the completion of the water park and the hotel, you would put blank at the Hall of Fame Village. What would you put in there? What would you like to see at the Hall of Fame Village? Fill in the blank Friday. Besides the finishing up of the hotel and the water park, you would like to see blank at the Hall of Fame Village. What do you think? 330-821-1310. You can also text the program at 330-924-7088. Great responses today. Neil Casto says he would like to see an arena built. Ryan Oliver, go-kart track. Bill Lesh says a Topgolf. Ken Waybright says try to put a little par 3 golf course in there. I would say at least 40% of the people responding today are asking for a parking garage. Parking garage / parking. Matt McCollum, Bill Wright, Jim Kincaid, Tracy Mogg all want parking. Tommy Michaelides says, put a casino in there. Hear, hear, Tommy. Hear, hear. Bob Wells says, a parking deck and a casino. Doug says, a nice arena for concerts and basketball. Love it. Love it. Bill Elliott says, most seniors said they would patronize restaurants. If the parking was better, if lower level was full, people don't want to climb the hill. So get some parking. Matthew DiGiacomo, Matt, hope you're well. Better parking. John Papacosta says, get a casino in there. This is interesting. I don't think it's big enough, but Carl Rausch says, what about the NFL draft? Not big enough. Could you do the draft at the stadium? Probably. Would you want to host the draft downtown? Somehow use the Centennial Plaza. I mean, you've seen how big this NFL draft has gotten. Remember the crowd shots down in Nashville? And, of course, it was just in Green Bay. It's been in Kansas City. That would be kind of cool. I just don't know if we have enough room. John Appleby says, get more parking. Jerry Clapper, more parking. Joe Volpe, parking deck. Thomas Heron, Thomas, hope you're well. Casino with hotel, restaurants, spas, and pools. Hey, here's a cool idea. Devin Broom says, Sammy, what about cable cars that could take you back and forth downtown, back and forth to the Hall of Fame? Yeah, okay, I'm good with that. George Arrett says, parking in a casino. Fill in the blank Friday here on the Sam Burquin Show. Besides the completion, and I wanted to make that a big part of it, besides the completion of the water park and the hotel, you would put blank at the Hall of Fame Village. Let us know. Coming up in a little bit, we also have your chance to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks any home game this season. We will tell you about how you can do that in just a few minutes. We do need to get to a break. It is 25 minutes past the hour. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310. It's a fill-in-the-blank Friday. We've got lots to get to today, so hang in there, everybody. It's the Sam Burquin Show. Stay with us.
Are you looking to send flowers to someone special? Let DeHoff's Flowers Greenhouse and Landscaping take the hassle out of this beautiful gesture for you. When you order online through national flower dealers, you lose 20 to 30% of your money because it goes to the middleman. Get more bloom for your buck and order from DeHoff's. They'll deliver. It's true, when you skip the middleman, all your money goes towards the flowers, and that makes everyone happy. Well, except the middleman. Locally owned and operated, the experts at DeHoff's have over 61 years of professional knowledge and experience, and they'll be happy to design the perfect arrangement for all the events in your life. So remember, DeHoffs.com, and you'll always get more bloom for your buck. In Alliance on the corner of Beach and Beechwood, you can order by phone, too, at 330-823-1455.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM1310 WDPN.
327 on your fill-in-the-blank Friday. Welcome back to AM1310 WDPN. Don't forget, you can always listen to us and watch all the time on the WDPN X page and the WDPN Facebook page and the Q92 Radio Facebook page. And don't forget the YouTube channel. All right? So we got that. We got so many different ways you can consume the program. So go ahead and do that. We certainly would appreciate it. Laundromat Jim, check it in. He said, Sammy B., what about the sports book? Wasn't there supposed to be one? Yes. There was supposed to be a Bet Rivers sports book. And I don't know what happened, but it's not there. And I don't know. I know a lot of things changed as far as, well, a lot has changed. Okay. That was supposed to be a part of it. And I don't know what happened, but all I know is it's not there. And I don't know if there are plans for it to be there. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, I don't believe that is still in the works. Somebody out there has a little bit more info on that than me, pass that along. I would certainly be appreciative of that. All right, Ben Axelrod, awfulannouncing.com. Coming up at 3:35, we're going to talk NBA Finals. We'll talk guards. We'll talk Browns possible stadium, all the fighting going on up in Cleveland and Cuyahoga County. Benny Axelrod coming up here at 3:35. Also, coming up, your chance throughout the afternoon to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks. We will tell you about how to do that as well. And gosh, Guardians news real quick before we go to break. Ben Lively is going to be out now 12 to 18 months. Tommy John surgery. Shane Bieber had a setback a couple of days ago. He will not be rehabbing at Akron this weekend or anytime soon. Had a setback on the elbow, and they're going to just kind of take it day by day. So that's the latest as far as the Guardians pitching is concerned. And my gosh, we don't need any more problems with the pitching because we can't hit. We need more hitting, and now our pitching's going down. Ay. And the Astros are coming to town. God help us. All right, the news and the weather coming up. We'll be back on the other side here. Lots to get to on this Fill in the Blank Friday. Sam Burquin, 1310 WDPN.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon, it's 3:30. The new jobs report shows American employers added 139,000 jobs in May. That's slightly better than expected despite uncertainty over President Trump's trade war. ABC News business reporter Alexis Christophorus has more.
The job market is gradually slowing down. So that 139,000 jobs added beats the 125,000 we expected. And the unemployment rate holding steady at 4.2%, still near a half-century low. But have to point out that April and March numbers were revised lower by a combined 95,000. So the job market was a little weaker than we first thought in the winter and early spring.
Insiders have speculated about a potential falling out between Donald Trump and Elon Musk for months. It never seemed to happen until Thursday. The world's most powerful man and its wealthiest began attacking each other in a spectacle that left Washington breathless. The feud began with Musk's criticism of Trump's legislative agenda, which would increase the deficit while eliminating tax incentives that have helped his electric automaker Tesla. Trump responded by threatening to cut government subsidies and contracts for Musk's companies, and things only escalated from there. Russia unleashed a new round of airstrikes overnight as retaliation for Ukraine's drone attack on Russian military aircraft. ABC Global Affairs anchor Martha Raddatz reports from Kyiv.
With air raid sirens blaring, the capital's mayor urging people to stay in shelters. Ukraine is bracing for possibly an even larger Russian assault after Vladimir Putin vowed revenge for Ukraine's brazen drone strike that crippled at least 10 Russian warplanes, including nuclear-capable bombers worth billions. President Trump, after campaigning he would end the war in Ukraine on day one, now suggesting in the Oval Office it might be better to let both sides for a while fight it out.
The Pentagon watchdog is looking into whether any of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's staffers was asked to delete signal messages that may have shared sensitive military information with a reporter. The investigation is asking some past and current staffers who were with Hegseth on the day of the airstrikes on Houthi targets in Yemen who posted the information and who had access to his phone. That's according to two people familiar with the investigation and documents reviewed by the Associated Press. Hegseth has said none of the information was classified. It's 75 degrees in Alliance at 3:32. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Now, the Alliance area weather forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Showers and thunderstorms likely this afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high around 77. For the overnight, can't rule out the possibility of more showers and thunderstorms, patchy fog, and a low dipping to 59. Saturday, mostly sunny and a high of 78. That's your AM 1310 WDPN weather.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPN.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The Canton Greek Fest returns June 5th, 6th, and 7th, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day, featuring indoor and outdoor dining, the St. Haralambos Hellenic dancers, cooking demos, kids' playground, wine tasting, drive-through, and so much more. Outdoor dance party Thursday with DJ Puff. Friday night, Greek night with DJ Vasilios. And professional fireworks show Saturday night. Visit CantonGreekFest.com for all the details, menus, and more. Canton Greek Fest, June 5, 6, and 7 at 251 25th Street Northwest in Canton.
This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back, everybody. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310. You can always text the program. Love it when you text in. Love that. 330-924-7088. Guards and Astros coming up tonight at Progressive Field. Game one of a 3-game weekend series. The Guardians are 33-28. Astros are 34-28. Cleveland now 6.5 behind Detroit in the division. What is going on with our hitting? It's been pretty non-existent for, 60-65% of the time this year. Man, the last two nights, sheesh. It has not been good. It has not been good. I don't know what the answer is. I know they sent John Kenzie Noel down to Columbus to somehow try to figure out a way to get him squared away. He has been a big disappointment. John Kenzie's one of those guys. He's a home run or strikeout guy. And right now there's a whole lot more strikeouts than home runs. That's just what he is. And if anybody in that organization is going to try to turn him into a 315 hitter, even a 290 hitter, forget it. That's just not who he is. But for crying out loud, you got to hit some more home runs. Way, way too many strikeouts. Way too many guys left on base. And last night might have been the straw to send him down to Columbus when they had a little bit of a mini rally going last night. A couple guys on base, and he just got a week out. All right, lots to get to here. NBA Finals, Guards, Yanks / Astros. Cleveland Browns OTAs wrapped up. They've got some more coming up next week. The fighting, the swashbuckling continues between the city and the county and the Cleveland Browns as far as the stadium is concerned. I thought today would be a good day to bring on Ben Axelrod. Awful announcing. Check him out. Does a great job. Ben, thanks for coming on this Friday afternoon. How's things going for you?
Things are going great. I appreciate you having me on.
You bet it, brother. All right, let's go to the NBA first, and then we'll kind of work our way forward. I have had a couple of NBA hoops guys on the last couple of days, and we all kind of came to the same conclusion. For some crazy reason, Indiana still not getting enough respect, and we all said this thing is going to go at least 6. Now I got a feeling it might go 7. Your thoughts on last night and how Hallelujah Halliburton did it again?
Yeah, it's I can't remember an NBA playoffs quite like this one. I think maybe the closest would probably be when Detroit won it all in 2004, and all the focus was on the Lakers and Shaq and Kobe, and they had Karl Malone and Gary Payton. But there's something about this Pacers team that whatever it is that they are good at, whether it's the three-point shooting, the pace, or just like Halliburton's clutchness, that doesn't translate to the advanced analytics. And so I think when you look at this series, I think the Thunder entered it as like a -700 favorite.
Yes.
And just like everybody's looking at the Thunder as this historic team, which on paper they are, and nobody's giving Indiana a chance. But you just look at what Indiana did to the Bucks, what they did to the Cavs, what they did to the Knicks, and there's just something about whatever they do, it doesn't translate. You can't, I guess, quantify like this ability to just never be out of a game, regardless of how much you're down or how little time's left. And I mean, figured, there might be a game like this at some point in the series where they would make a run and maybe they'd come up short. But to do it in game one, to do it on the road in Oklahoma City, where that Thunder team has been incredible, I think you're right. I think it just totally changes the entire tone of this series. I think it totally shifts the way we're going to look at this series. And I think all expectations are that the Thunder will come out and take care of business in game two, and then we'll get this series going again back in Indianapolis. But I don't know. I saw the line. I think it was Thunder by 11 points. I have a tough time favoring anybody by 11 points against this Pacers team, the way you can never count them out of a game.
Right. I mean, I'm sitting there. I was telling the audience when I opened the show today, I had the game on, and it was the fourth quarter, and most of the night, it seemed to me, I may have missed a couple of possessions, but the game was hanging between 9 and 12, 9 and 14. Mm-hmm. And I thought, gosh, I just can't turn the channel. I just can't. And then I looked down at my phone a little bit, messing around on X and Instagram. And I looked up, boom, it's a 4-point game. All right, now I'm locked in. And I'm going, this game's over. Indiana's going to win this game. And they did. Were you surprised? I mentioned this as well. I think the last 2 minutes and 25 seconds, maybe the last 2:30, except for that replay review when the ball went out of bounds, nobody called a timeout, Ben. I was shocked.
Yeah, and that seemed, at least from Indiana's perspective, that seemed to be the plan. That seemed like the way they wanted to play it. They wanted to get a stop on that final defensive possession and just make sure that they could get the ball into Halliburton's hands and kind of create that chaos. So, and then, the Thunder are so talented. They have so many options, and obviously it starts with SGA. So I think you could understand the way that they would kind of want to leave their guys out there and let it play out and just hope that their talent would win out and hold on to that lead. But it was definitely you're used to these final 2 minutes in NBA playoff games, especially that feel like they take 2 hours. And, that was, like you said, other than the review, that was a pretty quick last few minutes there.
It was, man. It was refreshing. It was fun. And I think if they were able to pick up some on the fence basketball fans that normally wouldn't be there, I think they may have kept them, because the way that game ended last night, it was just so fantastic. So again, Sunday, most are probably saying, okay, well, then the Thunder's going to come out and roll them. I'm not necessarily going to go down that path. What does Oklahoma City need to do? What do you need to do to beat Indiana?
Cut their heads off. I don't.
Right.
I don't they are Michael Myers. They are. I don't. My brother texted me at halftime. He's a big basketball fan. And we were texting about the game, and I think at that point the Pacers were down by 10 or 11, and he said they're still in this. And I said, yeah, they have them right where they want them.
Right.
This is the Pacers don't feel alive unless they're down by double digits, and so I mean it's really remarkable what they've done. I mean, that comeback against the Knicks that was about as incredible of a comeback as I've seen, with probably a close second being the comeback they had against the Cavs in Cleveland. And so to do that then again in the NBA Finals, I know the circumstances of this one were a little different, and it was kind of them more slowly chipping away. But to just have 4 consecutive series where you have a comeback of that nature with a game-winning shot by your star player, I mean, it is totally unprecedented, and that is between Nesmith and Nembhard and Siakam, and none of these guys are all NBA caliber of players. I know Siakam's made a couple of second or third teams, but such a complete team, such a refresh, and I think this is really, when you look at the CBA, and I know we've talked about that a lot with the Cavs, I think this is what the NBA is looking for. I think they like these teams that have, one solidified star player and then a handful of high quality role players around them. And that's exactly how this Pacers team has been built.
No doubt about it. Ben Axelrod is our guest, senior editor at Awful Announcing. Check him out on X at Ben Axelrod, on X. All right, let's move off from all right, I got to throw this in here just real quick. Last night I found myself, and especially after the game, I was going through a lot of the social media sites, and they were showing watch parties and fan parties from the bars in Indianapolis and Gainbridge Fieldhouse. and I could only just sit there and think, this should be us. and all the fun we had with the NBA Finals with the Cavs for that 4-year run, I missed it so much last night. I wanted to punch my head through a wall. I mean, I was like, boy, we had it good, didn't we, for a little while?
Yeah, that's that was my stance every year LeBron James was here, whether it was the first 7 years or the last 4 between the two stints, was just savor this, because we've seen it. You go to the Cavs team facility, they have a ton of banners up in that facility, and I think all but one of them, well now there's a couple more, but prior to this year, all but one of them were from when LeBron James was on the team. And that's not to say the Cavs can't be successful without LeBron James, but I think it just goes to show how hard it is to win in the NBA, how hard it is traditionally been to win in a smaller market like Cleveland or Indiana. And that's to me, I know it was tough though, those last 4 years, with the exception of 2016, feeling like you never had much of a chance against that Warriors team, especially once they added Kevin Durant. But to just be in the NBA Finals, to be playing basketball in June, not to have kind of like a loser's mentality about it, but it is an accomplishment. It is something to be proud of, and it's really kind of a unique experience. And hopefully the Cavs can get back there one day, and we can be talking about June basketball again in Northeast Ohio.
I hope so, man. We were spoiled, no doubt about that. All right, to the Guardians. We've got holes in our bats again, Ben. We're 33 and 28. Didn't score a run last night. Coming home to play a pretty good Astros team this weekend. Kenzie Noel down to Columbus. Ben Lively's going to be out 18 months with Tommy John surgery. Shane Bieber had a setback. What's your take on the Guards as we sit here on this Friday afternoon moving forward?
Yeah, it feels like one of those seasons where they just can't get cohesive when it comes to the pitching and the hitting. It feels like once the pitching gets going, then the hitting, like you said, kind of gets holes in their bats. And there's obviously still tinkering with that. They were counting on Kenzie Noel to be a big part of this lineup, and now he's back in Columbus. And outside of Jose, they just really haven't found much consistency in that lineup. And so all that said, they are, I think, 6.5 games back against of the Tigers right now. The Tigers just split a series with the lowly White Sox, so it's not like this Tigers team is infallible. We saw the Guardians handle business in Detroit a couple of weekends ago here now. So I think the Guards are still well positioned, especially in an expanded playoff, but they've got to take care of business on their end, and they're especially going to have to take care of business like they did when they get those chances against the rest of the AL Central.
Ben Axelrod is our guest. Check him out at Ben Axelrod on X. Awful Announcing, senior editor for at Awful Announcing. A lot of folks are ready to give up on Gabriel Arias. I am not. I still think there's something in there. I don't know how they figure out a way to get him to do it. Where are you sitting with Gabby, and how much longer of a leash maybe with him?
Yeah, he's really kind of an interesting guy, because he obviously came over as one of the bigger names in the Mike Clevenger trade back in 2020, I believe it was, and just never really clicked. But he's always found himself, it seems like, as kind of an integral part of this lineup, especially once they traded Andres Jimenez this past offseason. You just knew he was going to get a chance. And so it's become this thing where if you're a Guardians fan or Guardians media member or just a Guardians, I guess, observer, like, you have to have a stance on him. Either you're pro Arias or anti Arias. I'm like you. I'm pro Arias. I just think there's always a place on a 25-man roster for a guy who can play several positions, has some pop in his bat. He'll make some boneheaded mistakes on the base paths. He'll definitely go some stretches where it doesn't seem like you're getting much out of him at the plate. But I just always think that, maybe it's not ideal that he's a part of your everyday nine, like he's been forced into for a lot of this season. But I just think there's always a place on a roster for him. So I totally get why the Guardians have given him just, it seems like, every chance possible to work out, because when he is going, it changes everything this team, I think, is kind of capable of.
All right, so the Guards and Astros this weekend up at Progressive Field, 3-game set. And, boy, you got to hope the Tigers go on a little slide here, Ben, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Let's go down the street a little bit and check in on our Cleveland Browns. And, boy, it sure seems like the lines have been drawn in the sand between the organization, the city, Cuyahoga County, the lakefront people. What's the latest up there? All I'm hearing is a lot of bickering and a lot of he said, she said, I told you so. What's the latest?
Yeah, it's kind of at that point where there's so much mudslinging that it's hard to see any of this clearly, because it just seems like, just like you said, the lines are drawn in the sand. Everybody has their stance. Everybody has their take. It seemed like, we had maybe reached a resolution a couple of weeks ago when Mayor Bibb gave some comments. I believe it was to Fox 8 in Cleveland, kind of indicating that he was, the way they were perceived or portrayed in the media was that he was ready to move on. And then he came out and clarified that's not what he was saying. He was just saying the city does have other priorities, and they don't want to, whatever deal they reach with the Browns, whether it's them leaving or them staying, they don't want it to compromise those other priorities. You had the Cleveland Greater Partnership come out and side with the Browns, but there's also some, I believe, ties there that they have to the Haslams and the Browns organization. So you never know, what that actually meant. And so, at this point, I think we're kind of where we've always been, is just they are going to move to Brook Park. That is, it's not official, but it's effectively set in stone. And it's just a matter of what this exit from Cleveland looks like, and what sort of agreement they can reach in terms of what I would imagine would be a financial settlement and some kind of guarantees regarding lakefront development once they do leave. So I think it's just a waiting game. Obviously, there's the state budget aspect of all of this too, but I think the end result has always been the same. It's just a matter of how and when we get there.
Ben, you're a lot closer to the situation than I. If I get out a map, I look at the scale and I look, okay, city of Cleveland, here's the lakefront, here's Brook Park. It's not a terribly crazy long distance away from each other. There is the side of, if the Browns leave downtown, and it looks like they will, that it's going to crush the economy in that particular area, especially during the football season. Then there are people that will say, no, not really, because people are still going to be around the area maybe before they go to a Browns game, or stop there when they come back, where they're going to eat, to drink, whatever they're going to do. What do you think is what's the real number? What's the real word there of what would it be? How much would they lose, especially during the football season on those Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? How much would they lose if the Browns eventually would leave and go to Brook Park?
It would be a loss. I don't know how anybody could argue that it wouldn't be a loss, just based on the game day traffic alone, in terms of what you get from the local businesses and people coming downtown and spending money at the bars and restaurants. In terms of this idea that it would devastate the region, I don't necessarily agree with that.
I don't either.
Any business that is built on 8 Sundays a year probably isn't a sustainable business in the first place. You go downtown, it's not like there's a bunch of bars and restaurants right next to the stadium. Most of them are on West 6th Street, right, or closer to the Gateway, or down towards, these are not businesses that are solely dependent on Cleveland Browns football. Now, having said that, it would be a hit. I imagine that those are some of the higher, more profitable days for those businesses. I do think you're still going to get hotel business, because I think people coming into town are probably going to rather stay downtown and be able to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and actually experience the city. But I also think you're going to get a hit there, because there is going to be a tourism aspect to whatever it looks like in Brook Park and in this, Jimmy Haslam land that they're going to build. So it's going to be a hit, but in terms of devastating the region, it's not going to be like when the Browns left, or even maybe even when LeBron James left. Like I think it's a hit, but it's a survivable one.
Yeah, I would say it would be a sustainable hit. And I know people come in from out of town. Maybe they'll come in on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're going to stay downtown, and they're going to book their hotels, and they're going to eat there, and this and that and the other. But I just wonder, 365 days a year. Let's face it. There's only 8 to 9 Browns dates that are booked at the stadium. A couple concerts, they get a soccer match here once in a while. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I think it would be a hit, but I don't think it would be a crippling one at all. Ben Axelrod is our guest. You can check him out on X at Ben Axelrod, senior editor at Awful Announcing. Ben, thank you so much for coming on. Have a great weekend. We'll chat soon.
Absolutely. Same to you. Thanks, Sam.
You got it. Ben Axelrod, our guest here on 1310 WDPN. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Phone lines are open if you want to weigh in on our conversation there. 330-821-1310. It's the Sam Burquin Show on a fill-in-the-blank Friday on 1310 WDPN.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This place has a pulse. You hear it in the canopy, feel it in the ground. Life, fully illuminated, engulfs you. From the birds singing in the treetops above to the tiniest insects in the soil below, you take a deep, cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the essence of the forest. Now, imagine it's all gone. Healthy, life-giving forests reduced to nothing. No singing birds, no lush canopy, and water and food in short supply around the world. Time is running out to protect our forests, and without our love, they can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our forests. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's.
The Parkinson's Foundation knows that the disease doesn't just affect the diagnosed. It affects everyone who supports and helps care for them.
If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers.
We can help you understand the disease
and give you tips for living a better life.
Find your answers at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
You're listening to the Sam Burquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back. We got about 3 minutes until the top of the hour. Now, before we go any further, you've got a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks. You get 2 tickets, and you can go see any home game you want this season. Now, we're going to tell you how you can do it, Mr. Rainsberg.
All right. So if you are watching us on either Facebook, YouTube, or X, all you have to do is simply type the word duck into the chat. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen right now. And if you are a winner, you will get a message back from us after the show, and we will figure it out from there. We'll get your information, and we will have you come get your tickets.
So again, you have a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see any Akron Rubber Ducks game this season up at Canal Park. If you are watching on the live stream on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, in the comments section, just type in the word duck. Or is it ducks?
Nope, it's just duck.
Type in the word
D-U-C-K.
Type in the word duck on any of those social media platforms. Type in the word duck in the comments, and we will randomly select the winner, and we will let you know. So your chance to win goes on all afternoon. All you got to do is go to our 1310 WDPN or Q92 Sports Radio, Q92 Radio, Facebook page, Twitter page, YouTube channel. In the comments section, just type the word duck. That gets you in the running to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks for any game this year up at Canal Park. So get in there and start typing duck, and we'll monitor the situation, and we'll remind you throughout the show. So you've got a great chance to win those tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks. Type in the word duck. Our social media platforms on X, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel, and get yourself a chance to win some tickets to go see the Ducks up at Canal Park. All right, news and weather coming up. We've got 2 more big hours to go. It's a fill-in-the-blank Friday edition of the Sam Burquin Show, and it's right here on 1310 WDPN. And don't forget, we're streaming live all over the world at AM1310-WDPN.com.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. The Maryland man the White House admitted was mistakenly deported to an El Salvador prison 2 months ago is on his way back to the U.S., according to sources familiar with the matter. Kilmar Abrego Garcia became a flashpoint in the Trump administration's sweeping deportation efforts of alleged gang members. ABC's Catherine Falder says Abrego Garcia will face criminal charges in the U.S.
We're told by sources that he's on his way back because he is facing criminal charges. He's been indicted by a federal grand jury, an indictment that remains under seal on charges related to human trafficking. So once in the United States, he will face federal criminal charges for allegedly transporting undocumented migrants within the United States. That stems from that 2022 Tennessee Highway Patrol traffic stop where Abrego Garcia was pulled over for speeding. He was in that car with 8 other people who he was transporting.
The Supreme Court upheld a lower court's ruling ordering the Trump administration to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia. This is ABC News.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and My Lowe's Pro Rewards members can save even more with limited time deals. Right now, buy one, get one half off select HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams primer and ceiling paint. Plus, get free same-day delivery to your job site when you order by 2 p.m. Offer valid through 6/13, delivery by 8 p.m., subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
It's Macy's Friends and Family Sale, which means if you're shopping for summer, you can get insider deals on our best brands, even ones that aren't usually on sale, like an extra 30% off Hugo Boss, Calvin Klein, Levi's, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty and fragrance. And with Father's Day just around the corner on June 15th, it's a great time to shop for Dad. Stop by Macy's today and walk out with the perfect gift. Don't miss Friends and Family. Ends Monday, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Jeff Mears on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. This news brought to you by Cars Auto Repair. A man is dead after being struck by a vehicle in Canton Thursday night. Police say he was in the road at Cleveland Avenue and 32nd Street Northwest around 11:50 when he was hit by an SUV headed south. The man was taken to a local hospital where he died a short time later. His name has not been released. Police say drugs and alcohol are not suspected factors for the driver, who was not injured. It's not known if the pedestrian was impaired. The Canton Metro Crash Team is investigating the incident. Area police departments are getting state funding to help implement strategies to fight crime. Over $3 million from the Ohio Violent Crime Reduction Grant Program was awarded to 48 law enforcement agencies in 27 counties. About $29,000 is going to Alliance Police, $100,000 to Canton Police, and roughly $32,000 to Jackson Township Police. Austintown Police are receiving about $14,000, and $35,000 is going to the Mahoning County Sheriff's Office. This is the 14th round of funding from the grant program. It helps departments pay for investigative overtime, new technology, and targeted patrols in high crime areas. The Royal Docks Tap Room and Kitchen in Jackson Township is closed until further notice. In a Facebook post, the owners cite an unexpected and deeply troubling legal dispute stemming from a failed business relationship with a prospective investor. Royal Docks says locks were changed at the Fulton Drive Northwest location, and Royal Docks Brewing Company was removed from the lease. An investment group obtained a controlling interest in the business last year. The brewery says it's working with the landlords to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. The Plain Township location and the production brewery remain open. A man charged in a fatal shooting in East Liverpool faces a potential indictment. The case of 33-year-old Daniel Whitley of East Liverpool was bound over to the Columbiana County Grand Jury Thursday following a preliminary hearing in County Municipal Court. He's charged with murder. Whitley allegedly shot James Powell near Utah and Montrose Streets May 15th. He was arrested after he was found hiding under a porch on Avondale Street. Police said the shooting appeared to be the result of a dispute over a woman. Whitley is being held in the county jail on $1 million bond. A man is behind bars following a sex sting in Salem. Agents with the Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force arrested 34-year-old Eric Stewart of Ravenna Thursday afternoon. He allegedly responded to an undercover ad and agreed to pay for sex. Stewart attempted to flee after seeing police, but was apprehended a short time later. He was booked at the Columbiana County Jail on charges including engaging in prostitution. Stewart is a convicted felon, known gang member, and on probation in Portage County. The state is providing assistance to efforts to clean up and redevelop brownfield sites. The Department of Development awarded nearly $60 million from the Ohio Brownfield Remediation Program to 51 sites in 27 counties. Carroll County commissioners are getting $75,000 for environmental assessments at a former ODOT garage property in Carrollton. The work will guide future site use and identify any remediation necessary prior to redevelopment. About $202,000 is going to the Columbiana County Land Bank. The project includes removal of 2 underground storage tanks, soil sampling, and lab analysis at a historically industrial property on West State Street in Salem. It was formerly used as a flour mill and gas station. A fire has gutted a large building in Canfield Township. Firefighters responded to the 4100 block of Youngstown-Salem Road around 8 a.m. today. A caller reported seeing smoke coming from the structure, which is behind a home. WFMJ-TV reports crews found flames had spread throughout the building. There was no word of a cause. Route 62 was temporarily closed between Bent Willow Drive and Meserly Road. No injuries were reported. A suspect in a Youngstown murder has been extradited to Mahoning County following his arrest in Pennsylvania. 38-year-old Camilo Barreto is charged with murder in the April 4th stabbing of 37-year-old Nestor Diaz. Police say the incident on Tippecanoe Road on the city's west side occurred after a property dispute between the men. Diaz died at the scene. Baldwin Borough Police later arrested Barreto and booked him at the Allegheny County Jail. He's now being held in the Mahoning County Jail. The Mahoning County Grand Jury has indicted a North Carolina man for his role in a fatal crash. 24-year-old Robert Powell of West End is charged with aggravated vehicular homicide, improper handling of firearms in a motor vehicle, and OVI. He was arrested after his vehicle collided with a pickup at the intersection of Route 422 and North Hubbard Road in Coatesville Township April 10th. Police said Powell failed to yield. The other driver, 62-year-old John Colness of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, died later at a local hospital. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost says Insight Health Systems plans to reopen the former Trumbull Regional Medical Center in Warren and Hillside Rehabilitation Hospital in Howland. In a statement, he says he met with Insight representatives Tuesday to discuss their plans for the facilities. Yost did not provide details of the reopening plan or say when the hospitals will reopen. Insight purchased them after Steward Healthcare filed for bankruptcy last year, but said it was unable to access funds needed to operate them due to issues with Steward. The hospitals closed in March. It's 75 degrees and Alliance at 407. This is the local edition of WDPN News, brought to you by Cars Auto Repair. Cars with a K. Schedule your appointment today by calling 330-821-3100. I'm Jeff Mears.
Since 1996, Kale's Auto Repair Service, Cars with a K, has been the trusted auto repair shop in Alliance. With over 80 years of experience in Stark and Mahoning County, their team provides high-quality auto care and customer service. They offer a range of services from preventative maintenance to engine repair, AC service, and more. The shop features 10 bays, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and mechanics ready to get your car on the road again. They accept all makes and models, ensuring top-notch service for every vehicle. Open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5 p.m. and Friday from 8 to 11 a.m., Schedule your appointment today by calling 330-821-3100.
Here's the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
For your Friday afternoon, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely, a high near 77. More chances for showers and thunderstorms overnight, patchy fog and a low around 59. Saturday, mostly sunny and a high near 78. That's your AM 1310 WDPN weather.
This WDPN weather is brought to you by Canterbury Villa of Alliance, where your loved ones become family. Schedule a free visit today by calling 330-821-4000.
Send your loved ones to a place that cares and a place that they can trust. They'll find a place that feels like home at Canterbury Villa in Alliance. They will provide the highest level of care to their residents when it comes to skilled nursing, rehabilitation, long-term care, and Alzheimer's care. At Canterbury Villa, your loved ones become family. Located on Freshley Avenue, schedule a free visit today by calling 330-821-4000 and ask for Samantha Nutter. At Canterbury Villa, they walk the talk.
Got big dreams of a better career? Whether you're looking to learn new skills, land your next job, or refine your resume, Ohio Means Jobs, Stark and Tuscarawas counties is here to help you turn that daydream into your day job. We will provide everything you need to succeed, from resume assistance to job search guidance and everything in between. Call us or visit our website at omjwork.com to learn more, because your future is closer than you think.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Burquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Burquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hung it. It's in the alley. Long run for Angel Martinez, and he makes the catch. Slides and slammed into the base of the wall. Hopefully he's okay.
Toppin guarded Caruso. Little crossover. Caruso pump shot. It's good and a foul. Caruso chaos here in the fourth quarter. It's a 14-point lead. Chance to win it. Final seconds. No fouls to give. Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving. Pulls up. Jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 3/10 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Halliburton does it again. Caruso looking. Throws it up on the rim. Knocked away. And Indiana takes game one. Shocking the Thunder here at OKC. The comeback kids do it again. Two. And a little ground ball right side. Nobody's covering first. The tying run will score, and the winning run will score. The Rays win it on that ground ball. And let's set a field base hit. Here comes Little right there. Waters up. It's low. Late, and the Cardinals win it in 10.
Lots of crazy stuff going on yesterday. Come from behind wins for the Cardinals and Rays, a loss for the Guardians, an incredible NBA Finals game last night, and it's Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers at it again. Welcome into the Sam Burquin Show. It is hour 2 here at AM 1310 WDPN. Don't forget the live stream at AM1310-WDPN.com. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310. Text line open, wide open too, at 330-924-7088. It is a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Today's question is, besides the completion of the water park and the hotel, you would put blank at the Hall of Fame Village. What would you put in the Hall of Fame Village? We'll read some of your comments coming up. Some tough news for Well, first of all, they were shut out last night. Didn't score a run against New York. They're home against Houston. Astros come in first place in the West. They're 34-28. Ben Lively out 12 to 18 months. Tommy John surgery. Shane Bieber had a setback. Okay, so he will not be pitching for the Rubber Ducks coming up anytime soon. He had some soreness, and they're just going to take things day by day with Shane Bieber. So that was a little bit of tough news we got after the show was over yesterday. As far as we know, And it's almost 4:15 now. High school baseball tournament action supposed to be on schedule today. Haven't seen anything that would contradict that. Division 5, Canton Central Catholic, Waynedale in Massillon at Ducky Schroeder Field. Looks like they're still on schedule to play at 5 o'clock, despite all the crazy weather we've had the last several hours. Also, Lake Center Christian Kirtland scheduled to play at 5 at Louisville today. That's a D6 regional championship. And don't forget, all the best to the Jackson, Perry, and Carrollton softball teams. They'll be at Firestone Stadium this weekend trying to bring home a state championship. We'll be pulling for all those teams as well. Want to thank Ben Axelrod for joining us in the 3 o'clock hour. Talked about a bunch of stuff. I love having Ben on. We talk a little bit of baseball, a little hoops, a little football, little Browns, the Browns Stadium, the fighting going on up in Cleveland. Love talking with Ben, and we'll have him on, I'm sure, a lot more throughout the year. Let's see here. Akron Rubber Ducks tickets up for grabs. Here's how you can get your hands on a pair of tickets. Go to our live stream, whether it's on X, Facebook, or YouTube. Okay? AM1310 WDPN, Q92 Radio, Facebook, or YouTube channel. Go to any of the live streams right now. And in the comments section, just text the word duck. Text the word duck. And we will draw a name randomly. And whoever we pick, you will be the winner of a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks at Canal Park. You'll get 2 tickets, a voucher for 2 tickets you can use for any game this season. Text the word duck in our social media platforms in the comments section, and you will have a chance to win. And you can do that the rest of the afternoon here as you've got the show on. Right now, phones are going wacko. Let's go. 330-821-1310. You're on the Sam Burquin Show on 1310. Good afternoon. Who's this?
Hey, Sammy, this is Tom, your radio brother.
Hey, Tommy, how's things in Salem, bud?
I'm just enjoying a little bit of the Super Nats this weekend here in Salem. They got the car cruise going on. And,
that's right. That's right.
Weekend. And, Sam, today is the Michigan report.
Is it for sure going to drop today?
Well, let me tell you, today is
because I got it marked on the calendar, and I've been waiting all day. Nothing yet.
Yeah, nothing yet, but you will get something. I think at the NCAA site, there's a show tonight you might want to catch on YouTube, Sam, Buckeye Scoop.
Okay.
They will have all the information tonight.
Is that my guy, Kirk Barton?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I will have to. I'll have to hit him up here after the show. Okay.
Well, here's what we got, okay? Today they presented their case in a public forum to the University of Michigan, okay? Today they will be talking about the cheating scandal. Now, we all know that where this is going is Michigan has had more coaches suspended than any other team in NCAA history. I did the checking, okay? They have the record. There's multiple violations, level 1, multiple. So the only conclusion that we can draw today is the following. Coach, whatever his name is,
Sharon Moore?
Yeah, he is eventually going to be fired because this will be 2 and 3 violations against him, which means a 5-year show cause.
Okay.
Then you have they're going to have to forfeit, they're going to have to vacate 2021, 22, and 7 games of 2023, which means eventually they're probably going to lose their national championship. All 3 of their Big Ten championships will be vacated.
Wow.
So, yes, this is going to happen, Sam. I can tell you I have very good sources, okay? I am very sourced up on this because I have been following this since August 8th, okay? The week of the state game in 23, the NCAA made an unprecedented move to go in and tell the Michigan State Spartans that they did not have to play Michigan if they did not want to. They went ahead and played the game anyway because, like all the rest of us, we all would have done the same thing. So what you have here is all of these suspensions. You have all of the stuff that's gone on. The University of Michigan is probably going to get a 3-year postseason ban. I'm guessing more like 2 than 3, but it is, Sam, This is the worst sports scandal in history, okay? In history. And there's still 2 more steps to go, okay?
I was going to, go ahead. Continue. You're right.
And you still got 2 more steps after this. And the other step is the Blake Corum scandal. Now, what happened with Blake Corum, him and Connor Stallions got involved in a vacuum cleaner business.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
A broken vacuum cleaner business. And this got out of hand as well. They asked Blake if he was on this, and he says, I didn't sign my name. His name is signed on there, but he claims that he did not do it. Guess what, Sam? There is ample evidence that he did. Okay. Another one. Do you remember the running backs coach that mysteriously disappeared? I can't remember his name. He played on the 2005 team. Real smart aleck kid, but real intelligent. He was at Indiana for a couple years as their running back coach.
Yes.
Well, he mysteriously disappeared, Sam.
Huh.
Well, there's a reason for that. Him and Denard Robinson, who was fired because he was an alcoholic, he was basically one of the people that turned in the University of Michigan. He was one of, I believe, 4. There's some evidence that one of the presidents was involved, or not the presidents, but a guy up on the board of regents. So, Sam, this is deep reaching. This is very serious. And anyone who believes that this is going to be a nothing burger, and you've already seen the media now starting to change their minds about this. Okay? You're seeing it already. So at the end of the day, Sam, these charges probably will not affect this season. Now, it could. It'll have to happen in the next 6 weeks.
Right.
But my guess is Michigan will probably get another season in.
And then it's all going to fall apart.
Yes. If they acquiesce and do the smart thing and just take it now, okay, then they can begin to rebuild the program. Because, Sam, you're 3 months away from football season.
Yeah, there's
hanging over your head.
Yeah, there is no way. You know what? I almost would rather I don't know. I've been waiting for this for so long, but I would almost rather they wait until every single duck is in a row before they hammer them. And then they're done for years.
Well, Sam, I'm telling you, I like to see this last as long as possible. I want this cloud to hang over their head for years, okay? Because I don't think people understand what's happened here. I mean, Sam, a lot of coaches lost their jobs because of this. A lot of good coaches lost their jobs because of losing a Michigan team. I mean, think about it for a minute. Until this started, Michigan's same recruiting classes, okay, they were average, okay? They had 19 losses. And then all of a sudden, the last 4 years, they have 3. What changed? The talent didn't. The coaching didn't. So what changed?
Right. Tom, there's so many levels of bad, so many levels of cheating, so many levels of misrepresentation. Gosh, if you fully pulled this thing back all the way down to the studs, God knows what else we would find out. But what there is out there that is known now, to me, is more than enough to level a serious penalty. And yeah, you talk about a lot of coaches that got fired, lost their jobs, had to move their families, change their life just because they got beat by a team that did nothing but break rules. And yeah, my heart kind of goes out to them. So this is bigger than big. It is.
Yeah. And Sam, do you know what started all this? It started back in 2023 when Coach Weiss was arrested by the FBI. They raided the computer system, okay? And they found all this. That's how this started. And the funny thing is, Ryan Day, his brother, what's his name? That Menace to Sports. They had a tweet where he said that it was Ryan Day's brother. He was just trolling, and that got out. And the Michigan fans thought that was true. So for years they've been thinking that this is Ryan Day, but it was the FBI investigation that started it all. And Sam, last week, Santa Ono got turned down in Florida for their president job. They recommended him, and he still lost his chance to get a job there.
Wow.
Nobody wants to be attached to this, Sam. Nobody.
The tentacles are deep-reaching, way, real far away from Ann Arbor. That's for sure.
You realize that the reason why Ohio State's lost to Michigan the last 4 years is because you and I haven't spoken on the air since 2020.
I know. That's my fault. Another story for another day.
You should have told me you were moving.
Yeah. No, right. So this Buckeye Scoop show, what is this, like 7 o'clock tonight?
Yeah, it's just 7:10.
7:10.
And they are on top of it, Sam. I'm telling you, he makes us all look like scholars at the end of the day.
All right, I'm going to text Kurt maybe at the top of the hour when I get a couple of minutes, and I'm going to kind of see. I'm not going to ask him to break anything to me, but I'm just going to say, hey, how close are we?
He loves it, Sam.
I bet
he connects with everybody. That's the best show, man. And you get in there, and they give you Buckeye news every night, man. I'm an expert now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I appreciate you spreading the news on our show today and getting us kind of reacquainted. Again, I haven't brought it up today yet because every time I do, nothing real big news comes out. I'm like, okay, we'll just keep on waiting. But if today or tonight might be the day or night, then we certainly want to be ready to pounce, and pounce we will.
They'll break it tonight, Sam. I guarantee it. They'll break it tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. Tommy, as always, thank you, and have a great weekend, okay?
Yeah, buddy. We'll be keeping in contact a lot, my son.
This sounds good. Appreciate the call as always.
All right, my brother.
There he goes. Tom in Salem checking in here on the Sam Burquin Show, 1310 WDPN. Oh, my friends in Ann Arbor. My local Wolverine followers that are within the shouting distance of my voice. Tonight could be a very, very slippery night for you. I am anxious to see what drops. We've been waiting a long time. Matter of fact, we've been waiting so long, a lot of people said, forget it. I don't even care anymore. Well, it is Michigan, and if we're getting that much closer to something dropping, I think we all want to be there and relish in the moment. All right, we're going to take a break. 4:25 here on the Sam Burquin program. It's a fill-in-the-blank Friday. We'll come back. We'll get into that. We'll tell you how you can get your hands on a pair of Akron Rubber Ducks baseball tickets, and we'll take your phone calls, and we'll keep this baby rolling. It's the Sam Burquin Show, 1310 WDPN.
You've always enjoyed an active lifestyle, hiking with family, resort vacations, the occasional trip to the spa, and nights out with friends at your favorite restaurants. You want and need your lifestyle to follow you into your retirement years. Now, imagine a place with peaceful surroundings, resort amenities, and easy access to city life. It's just around the corner at Copeland Oaks. Copeland Oaks has earned a reputation as more than a retirement destination, but also a place to call home. An independent consultant for senior living rated Copeland Oaks with a perfect score, and it's easy to see why. Maintain your lifestyle on the beautiful Copeland Oaks campus with all the amenities you love, and if you need it down the road, assistance is there. Keep living your life to its fullest at Copeland Oaks, your all-inclusive senior living resort. Visit CopelandOaks.com for more information. That's CopelandOaks.com.
Standing at the edge of a rocky shore, you breathe in the cool, salty air, watching the sun disappear on the horizon. Across the globe, someone begins their day along a sandy beach, listening to the rhythm of the crashing waves. You each envision a world beneath the water, vibrant life in every imaginable form. Now, imagine it's all gone. What was once a place of wonder and beauty is now a dull, lifeless wasteland. Food, jobs, medicine, all gifts from the ocean, all gone. Time is running out to protect our oceans, and without our love, everything the oceans provide can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our oceans. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back. Couple of minutes before we get you to the bottom of the hour news and weather. The rain is still here. It looks like it's letting up. Last time I checked the radar, looks like we might be clear for the rest of the day. It's like 10%. Hopefully that rain stays out of here and our baseball teams can get their games in today. Central Catholic playing at 5 o'clock, Lake Center Christian playing at 5 o'clock, both going for regional championships today. Best of luck to the Crusaders and the Lake Center Christian Tigers today is their bid to punch their ticket to the Final Four at the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament. Your chance to win Akron Rubber Ducks tickets, real easy. All you have to do is go to our video live stream on X, Twitter, on the YouTube channel, on Facebook, and in the comments section, it's real easy. Just type in the word duck. Type in the word duck. That'll get you in the running for a chance to win a pair of tickets to any Akron Rubber Ducks game this season up at Canal Park. Go to our video stream, go to the live stream right now. Type in the word duck, and we will randomly select the winner after today's show, and you will be going to Canal Park. And who knows, if luck breaks your way, maybe the game you pick, maybe Shane Bieber or somebody else from the Guardians will be there on a rehab stint. So go to our live video stream right now on the YouTube channel, on X, on Facebook. Type in the word duck in the comments section. You are automatically entered to win a pair of tickets to go see the Rubber Ducks. And by the way, they are having a fantastic season. They are really playing great baseball. So get yourself in the running there and give yourself a chance to win. All right, news and weather coming up. We've got 90 more big minutes coming here on 1310 WDPN. Stay with us.
Here's the latest news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. There are no signs of a thaw a day after a social media feud erupted between President Trump and Elon Musk. Musk criticized Trump's budget proposal, and the president says he is disappointed by the billionaire. ABC News chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl spoke to the president this morning.
Trump told me he has no interest. He's not particularly interested in talking to what he called the man who has lost his mind. So I wouldn't look for a détente anytime soon. Trump, I have to say, though, he didn't sound particularly concerned about all of this. He wanted to talk about other things, and he was rather dismissive of the whole controversy.
A federal judge has temporarily blocked a proclamation by President Trump banning foreign students from entering the U.S. to attend Harvard University. Trump's proclamation marked his administration's latest attempt to cut off Harvard from a quarter of its student body, which accounts for much of the university's research and scholarship. Harvard had filed a legal challenge asking the federal judge to block Trump's order, calling it illegal retaliation for Harvard's rejection of White House demands. In an amended lawsuit filed Thursday, Harvard says Trump was attempting an end run around a previous court order. U.S. job creation slowed considerably in May as businesses dealt with uncertainty over President Trump's tariffs. After rising by 177,000 in April, non-farm payrolls last month grew by only 139,000, as we hear from ABC's Jim Ryan.
That's stronger than Wall Street economists were anticipating for May, but it will drag down the three-month average of 155,000 new jobs per month. The unemployment rate was unchanged at 4.2%, with increased hiring in the healthcare and hospitality sectors, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Ukrainian officials say Russia has targeted 6 regions of Ukraine with 407 drones and 44 missiles in one of its largest aerial attacks of the 3-year war. Authorities say the nighttime assault killed 3 emergency responders in the capital, Kyiv. The Ukrainian Air Force says this morning's barrage included ballistic and cruise missiles, as well as a mix of strike drones and decoys. Ukrainian forces said they shot down about 30 of the cruise missiles and up to 200 of the drones. Ukrainian cities have come under regular bombardment since Russia invaded its neighbor in February 2022. According to the United Nations, the attacks have killed more than 12,000 civilians. It's 75 degrees in Alliance at 4:32. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Here's the Alliance Area Weather Forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
For the remainder of your Friday afternoon, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely, a high near 77. Another possibility of showers and thunderstorms overnight, patchy fog and a low of 59. Mostly sunny skies Saturday with a high reaching 78. That's your AM 1310 WDPN weather.
The Canton Greek Fest returns June 5th, 6th, and 7th, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day, featuring indoor and outdoor dining, the St. Haralambos Hellenic dancers, cooking demos, kids' playground, wine tasting, drive-thru, and so much more. Outdoor dance party Thursday with DJ Puff. Friday night, Greek night with DJ Vasilios. And professional fireworks show Saturday night. Visit CantonGreekFest.com for all the details, menus, and more. Canton Greek Fest, June 5, 6, and 7 at 251 25th Street Northwest in Canton.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Get on board. The water is open. It's time to go boating and fishing and leave stress in our wake. Feel the wind as we ride and a fish on the line. Reel in our first catch and feel the sun at our backs. It's get out on the water season. It's time to get on board. Find out where to get on board near you. Visit Take Me Fishing and Discover Boating to learn more. And please recreate responsibly. Get on board. Get on board.
This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Phone lines open, 330-821-1310. Text line open, 330-924-7088. Welcome back to the Sam Burquin Show. We are halfway home on this fill-in-the-blank Friday. Today's question is, besides the completion of the water park and the hotel, you would put blank at the Hall of Fame Village. What would you put at the Hall of Fame Village? 330-821-1310. You can text in as well, 330-924-7088, or let us know on all of our social media platforms, on X and our YouTube channel and Facebook. By the way, if you want to win Akron Rubber Ducks tickets, all you got to do, go to our live video feed right now. You probably got it on right in front of you. In the comment section, just type in the word duck. Just type in the word duck, and that'll get you in the running to win a pair of tickets to go see the Rubber Ducks anytime this year. Give you a pair of tickets to go up to Canal Park. So make sure you get in the contest there and give yourself a chance to win. Okay, back to our fill-in-the-blank Friday. A lot of great comments coming in as I bang the microphone around. Let's go back to where we were. Eddie says, boy, everybody wants a parking deck. Eddie says, get me a parking deck and maybe some other areas to park in and around the village vicinity. Okay. Kim says parking and maybe a go-kart track would be nice. Michael Jarvis says, Sammy, a parking deck is a must. People are already frustrated, and there's hardly anything to do there now as it is. Oh, geez. All right, Gary Frascone, hope you are well, patrolling the streets over in Jackson Township, Gary. He says, get a casino in there. The only way you're going to get the thing completed and bring in year-round revenue. Walter says, arena and parking decks. Tony, hope you're doing well. Tony Bianchi. Football-themed miniature golf. I like that. Cynthia Hodges says, get some casinos in there. Lisa Gallagher, you better get security so people can more easily move around and have access to parking in a casino. Wouldn't be a bad idea either. All right, let me go back up to, we've had a couple people text in, write in, what have you, about an arena. If you're just joining us in, we're having a fill-in-the-blank Friday. A little bit of talk about the Hall of Fame Village, besides the water park and the hotel getting completed, hopefully. What would you bring to the village? What would you want to put in there to bring in people, drive up revenue, create interest, have fun, make it a destination? I remember that the original plans on the blueprints, and there have been so many blueprints, it'll make your head spin. But I remember early on, there was a page or two, figuratively speaking, that a 6,000 to 8,000 seat arena was a part of the plan, or they'd hoped to introduce that as part of a plan down the road. Now, you look at the Hall of Fame Village as it is and how it's constructed and how everything is compared to where the Hall of Fame, the museum, sits in the center, and the Ferris wheel, the dome, and all the stuff they've got going over there, the Constellation Center for Excellence, etc. So you look at the layout, you look at the land, you look at where Fulton Road is, you look at where George Hallis Drive is, where Demington is, Clairview. I'm not sure there's enough room to put more than a couple of things in the village area. Now, look, in a perfect world, I would love to see a parking garage, a parking deck. I wouldn't mind seeing two. I would love for a casino to be built there. Love it. And I know a lot of you would too. I would also like to see an arena. In a perfect world, I would like to see the Canton Civic Center bulldozed and bulldoze some other buildings around the area and build a brand new one with some parking, with a lot of parking. Now, I know that's not in the cards. They're actually going to try to do these little renovations to the Civic Center. I know they've got plans, and they may have already began. And I'm glad they're doing that. But in a perfect world, where there was a lot of money, some crazy fund that we could use, I would tear that thing down. Start over. It's old. It's too old. Let's just call it what it is. And whatever you do renovation-wise now, it's just a Band-Aid. It's just a Band-Aid. It's old. It served its purpose. It was a great place for many years, for many decades, hosted a lot of great events, basketball, circus, dart tournaments, pool tournaments, concerts, plays, you name it. It's outlived its existence. It's 2025. It's old. But I know there's not money to do that. So they're going to renovate it. That's fine. I would love to see a brand new sparkling arena put in on the grounds of the village. Anywhere, you could block off some parcels of land over there and make it happen. It doesn't have to be a 20,000 seat thing. But I wouldn't mind seeing an arena about 7,500 seats. I think that would be good. Concerts, sporting events, obviously. And Lord knows what else you could do there. I just don't know land-wise if it is feasible now with the way things are. And I'm not saying that they're kind of landlocked over there, but we just don't have, a couple of acres just sitting around. You know what I mean? But great comments today on our fill-in-the-blank Friday question. Now, I'll repeat it if you're just coming in. If you're in the car on your way home from work, thanks for popping in. Got us on your phone. You got us on your computer. Thanks for checking us out. Besides the water park and the hotel being finished at the Pro Football Hall at the almost screwed that up, at the Hall of Fame Village, what would you put in there? What would you bring in? 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. Text the show at 330-924-7088. Casino, very popular comment today. Parking garage, parking deck, very popular today. Arena, very popular today. Nobody has mentioned restaurants. Not one. And between Facebook and X and a couple of other social media avenues, I have not received one response for a restaurant, a bar, a pub, whatever. And I know we've got a few over there now. We've got Pizza Oven's over there. Love it. Haggie's is over there. Love it. Brew Kettle's over there. Love it. The gastro, the Gridiron Gastro, love it. But, I suppose another restaurant or two or a bar or something would, what did I say? Yeah. Okay. Our resident Buckeye boss is roaming the halls here on Smith Avenue. So I'm a little surprised people haven't said, hey, what about, maybe another place to go hang out, throw a few back, whatever, watch the game, sports bar, whatever. And then someone brought it up here. I shame on me, I forget who it was. It was Laundromat Jim. The sports book. There's supposed to be a Bet River sports book in there. That thing just kind of, under the rug, completely gone. I don't know if something similar to that maybe could be coming down the road. I don't know. But that might be something, a small version of it. Maybe you might want to look in to doing something like that. Just throwing some ideas around today. Part of our fill-in-the-blank Friday here on the Sam Burquin Show, 1310 WDPN. So I think in a perfect world, that if you figure out a way, land-wise, to put in an arena, parking decks, casino, then we eventually, look, I know you got to get that hotel built. I get it. And I know you got to get that water park built. Then you can start rocking and rolling. Now, don't ask me the timetable on any of this stuff. Don't ask me how it's going to get all funded. Don't ask me how people are all going to get paid. I don't know the answer to any of those questions. But I'm here to help you out, give you some ideas, and collaborate and help move this baby along. Keep the interest there by people maybe that have dropped off interest-wise over the years because they haven't seen a lot of activity going on. And give a little oomph, breathe a little life into this thing and get it going again. I still think it could be an absolute jewel, an absolute destination from people coming in all over the world. Whether or not you're a football fan, whether you want to come watch sports, you want to go to the museum, you want to check out restaurants and bars, whether you want to do the water park, you want to take a ride on the Ferris wheel, maybe you bring your kids in to be part of events on the Forever Lawn Sports Complex, the Dome that is right there. There's so much going on. We just need to tie it all together, put a nice little bow on it, and enjoy the heck out of it for decades to come. Well, we got to get there first. And if we could just, everybody does their little part, throwing some ideas around, keeping, how do I say this? Keeping a positive mood about the whole thing. I know it's been tough. I myself have been in a state where I'm like, you know what? I don't know how much more faith I can have in the project. But then I drive by that thing every day, whether I'm dropping our son off at school or taking him to a practice or whatever. It's just a way of life. 77 going by the Hall of Fame, by the Village. It's an everyday thing for a lot of us. And I just can't help when I look over there, whether I'm going south or I'm coming back north, I'm like, come on, man. Let's get this thing going. Let's stay positive. We come too far. You come too far. Pro Football Hall of Fame had their ribs burn off there a couple of weeks ago. Thought it was a fantastic event. I think that event is going to do nothing but grow year after year after year. It's all about consistency. It's all about what? Rinse, lather, repeat, right? Make it bigger, make it better, right? That's how you grow things out. That's how you do it. But I drove in there. I was there on Saturday and Sunday for 4 hours one day and 5 the other. And I drove in, and right before I exit out of the first roundabout to turn left, I look over to the right, and I see all that stuff sitting on the ground. All the water park parts, the tubes, the water connectors, the piping. And I just sit there, and I shake my head. And I want it to get done so badly. I don't want to lose faith in it. It just needs money. But we as the people of the city, people of the county, people of the region, we just want a little spark. We just want a little hope. We want a little zap of energy, of belief that this baby's going to pick up and get moving. And once you get the hotel built, once you get the water park built, then we can start talking about maybe, not necessarily simultaneously, maybe simultaneously adding to the village and coming up with some creative ideas and different ways of doing things to bring revenue in, to bring people in, to drive interest up, not only from people outside the area, but for us right here. You know, I look at this as the local bar, the local restaurant. If you don't have regulars, if you don't have buy-in from the people, if you don't have people, if you don't have the locals, you got nothing. Yes, I know they want it to be a destination from people from 10 minutes away, from 10 hours away. And I get it, and I understand it. And we welcome all those folks in. But you got to be good to the local people. You got to do well by them. You have to. You need their support. Okay? You need their support. A lot of the bars, a lot of the restaurants over the years, whatever town or city you're in, you walk in, there's a certain amount of people, you see the same people there. Without those kind of people, it's not going to work. You got to do well by your locals, and I think that they will. But that's just what you got to do. Let's take a break. It's 4:52 on the Sam Burquin Show, 330-821-1310. It's a fill-in-the-blank Friday. We're getting ready for some high school baseball, 5 o'clock today. Hopefully, weather permitting, Central Catholic will play at 5 o'clock today. Lake Center Christian will play at 5 o'clock today, both trying to punch their ticket to the Final Four in high school baseball. We'll check in on the Guards and the Astros, and we'll take another look back at last night's wild game in Oklahoma City. It's the Sam Burquin Show on a fill-in-the-blank Friday, 1310 WDPN.
With love I will build a wonderful thing that makes this life better for you and for me.
For 100 years and counting, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been creating wonderful opportunities for children in need. This life-changing medical care helps them do the things they've always dreamed of.
Shriners Hospitals for Children has done so much for me and so many other kids.
I can dance. I can play games with my friends.
Because of Shriners Hospitals for Children, I have no limits. And I'm doing more than what I ever thought possible.
To find out more about how children in need are being helped every day, go to loveshriners.org today.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Standing at the edge of a rocky shore, you breathe in the cool, salty air, watching the sun disappear on the horizon. Across the globe, someone begins their day along a sandy beach, listening to the rhythm of the crashing waves. You each envision a world beneath the water, vibrant life in every imaginable form. Now, imagine it's all gone. What was once a place of wonder and beauty is now a dull, lifeless wasteland. Food, jobs, medicine, all gifts from the ocean, all gone. Time is running out to protect our oceans, and without our love, everything the oceans provide can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our oceans. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the program. 5 minutes until we get you to the top of the hour. Lines are open, 330-821-1310. If you want to win 2 tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks at Canal Park, your chance to win tickets, all you have to do is go to our live video feed on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, on YouTube channel, 1310 WDPN, Q92 Radio. Go to our go to our live video feed, and in the chat room, the chat box, just text the word duck. That's all you got to do. Type in the word duck in the chat and get yourself in the mix to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks. We will randomly select a winner after the show. We'll get right in touch with you. Just go to our live video feed, type in the word duck, and you are in the running to win a pair of tickets to go see the Rubber Ducks up at Canal Park. All right, we got about 4 minutes left at the top of the hour. I want to play for you a couple of things from last night's Pacer-Oklahoma City game. Not in the game itself, but just some ancillary fun. Remember Dwight Howard? Big center in the NBA, played a long time for the Orlando Magic, kind of hung around a couple of years too much in the NBA. Well, Dwight's kind of been front and center here lately. He's been at all the games. He won $1 million last night. He bet the Indiana Pacers to win when they were down by almost 20 points. Here was his reaction on the floor last night after Indiana got the win in Game 1.
Hallelujah! Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! I'm the captain now!
He won $1 million last night. He's not afraid to tell you about it. Now, this was also cool. This was at a sports bar in Indianapolis last night. The final seconds of the game, listen to the eruption as Tyrese Halliburton hits the game winner.
Halliburton!
boy, we're going crazy last night. That was in places all over Indianapolis. I'm going back. I go down that rabbit hole. I keep looking at. I watch this celebration. I want that celebration. Then I kept thinking of us. In 2015, 16, 17, 18, the watch parties with the Cavs, having all that fun, playing basketball in June, everybody coming together. That was a great time, wasn't it? That was a great time. Now, here's the call last night in Korean through the NBA last night. This broadcast distributed in multiple languages all over the world. Here was the call Korean last night as the Pacers win.
자, 언더독인 인디애나가 익숙한 상황을 맞이한다. 하리버튼 버텨내는데요.
What happened? They got excited, right? That's pretty cool. Just imagine it. Think about it. We're in our own little bubble here. Think about people all over the world watching and listening to that game last night, whether you're a Thunder fan, whether you're a Pacer fan, or you're just an NBA Finals fan. In the range of emotions from all of the different people, all the different cultures. It's really cool if you sit back and think about it, how it affects everybody a little different way. And we're one small part of the big party. That's just what makes sports fun. That's what it's all about. All right, that was cool. All right, news and weather coming up here at the top of the hour. One more big hour to go. Don't forget, type in the word duck in our live social media feeds. Get yourself registered to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks. We got our fill in the blank Friday and one more big hour with you right here on 1310 WDPN. It's the Sam Burquin Show.
An important part of the Alliance community since 1953. You're listening to AM 1310, WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Attorney General Pam Bondi says Kilmar Abrego Garcia landed back in the U.S. today after mistakenly being deported to El Salvador 2 months ago. He returns to face criminal charges after a federal grand jury indicted him for allegedly transporting undocumented migrants within the U.S.
It is alleged this defendant is part of the same smuggling ring responsible for the death of more than 50 migrants in 2021 after the tractor trailer overturned in Mexico.
The Supreme Court upheld a lower court's order that the Trump administration facilitate Abrego Garcia's return after admitting he was mistakenly deported. Mohammed Solomon, the man accused of the firebombing attack at a Jewish rally Sunday in Boulder, Colorado, is due back in court, this time to face federal charges. A better than expected jobs report for May shows American employers added 139,000 jobs last month. This is ABC News.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler...
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Jeff Mears on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. The Canton Metro Crash Team is investigating a fatal car versus pedestrian accident. It happened around 11:50 Thursday night. Canton police say an SUV was southbound when it struck a man on the road at Cleveland Avenue and 32nd Street Northwest. He was transported to a local hospital where he died shortly thereafter. It's not known if the pedestrian was under the influence of drugs or alcohol. His name has not been released. The driver was not injured and not suspected to be impaired at the time of the crash. A man is charged with inducing panic after an incident in Canton. 29-year-old Levi Allison of Perry Township also is charged resisting arrest, possession of drug paraphernalia, disorderly conduct, assault, and obstructing official business. Court records state he was seen laying in front of Timken High School Thursday. Allison also allegedly attempted to assault people and walked on Tuscarawas Street West. The behavior generated multiple calls to police. During his arrest, a glass pipe reportedly was found on Allison. He also is accused of headbutting an officer. An officer also injured his right hand while putting Allison in a cruiser. He was arraigned today in Canton Municipal Court. Local efforts to combat crime are receiving some state assistance. 48 law enforcement agencies in 27 counties are getting over $3 million. It comes from the Ohio Violent Crime Reduction Grant Program. It helps departments pay for investigative overtime, new technology, and targeted patrols in high crime areas. Roughly $29,000 is going to Alliance Police, $100,000 to Canton Police, and about $32,000 to Jackson Township Police. Austintown Police are receiving roughly $14,000, and $35,000 is going to the Mahoning County Sheriff's Office. This is the 14th round of funding from the grant program. An unexpected and deeply troubling legal dispute stemming from a failed business relationship with a prospective investor is being cited as the cause of the abrupt closure of the Royal Docks taproom and kitchen in Jackson Township. Royal Docks says in a Facebook post, locks were changed at the Fulton Drive Northwest location, and Royal Docks Brewing Company was removed from the lease. The business is closed until further notice. Royal Docks says it's working with landlords to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. The Plain Township location and the production brewery remain open. An investment group obtained a controlling interest in the company last year. The Columbiana County Grand Jury will consider an indictment for a man accused in a shooting in East Liverpool that left another man dead. 33-year-old Daniel Whitley of East Liverpool appeared Thursday in Columbiana County Municipal Court for a preliminary hearing. His case was bound over. Whitley is being held in the county jail on $1 million bond. He allegedly shot James Powell near Utah and Montrose streets. Police said the May 15th shooting appeared to stem from a dispute over a woman. Whitley was arrested after he was found hiding under a porch on Avondale Street. A sex sting in Salem has put a convicted felon and known gang member in the Columbiana County Jail. 34-year-old Eric Stewart of Ravenna was arrested Thursday afternoon by agents with the Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force. Investigators say he responded to an undercover ad and agreed to pay for sex. Stewart was apprehended after trying to flee from police. He is on probation in Portage County. Stewart faces charges including engaging in prostitution. Projects to clean up and redevelop brownfield sites across Ohio have been awarded nearly $60 million through the Ohio Department of Development. 51 sites in 21 counties are getting funding from the Ohio Brownfield Remediation Program. The Columbiana County Land Bank is receiving roughly $202,000. Project involves removal of 2 underground storage tanks, soil sampling, and lab analysis at a historically industrial property on West State Street in Salem. It was formerly used as a flour mill and gas station. About $1.3 million is going to the Portage County Land Bank. A 15-acre former industrial site on West Williams Street in Kent will undergo remediation. Work will address soil and groundwater contamination and prepare the property for redevelopment. No injuries were reported following a fire that heavily damaged a large building in Canfield Township this morning. A caller reported seeing smoke in the 4100 block of Youngstown Salem Road around 8 a.m. Responding firefighters found flames had spread throughout the structure. It's located behind a home. Information about the cause was not available. Route 62 was temporarily closed between Bentwillow Drive and Meserly Road. A man charged in a fatal stabbing on Youngstown's west side is in the Mahoning County Jail. 38-year-old Camilo Barreto was extradited from Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, where he had been held since his arrest by Baldwin Borough Police in April. He's charged with murder in the slaying of 37-year-old Nestor Diaz, who was stabbed on Tippecanoe Road April 4th. He died at the scene. Police say the incident stemmed from an argument over property. A deadly 2-vehicle crash near Camel has led to the indictment of a North Carolina man. The Mahoning County Grand Jury charged 24-year-old Robert Powell of West End with aggravated vehicular homicide, improper handling of firearms in a motor vehicle, and OVI. The crash occurred April 10th at the intersection of Route 422 and North Hubbard Road in Coatesville Township. Powell allegedly failed to yield. His vehicle crashed into a pickup. The second vehicle's driver, 62-year-old John Colness of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, died later at a local hospital. Powell was arrested shortly after the wreck. The Trumbull County Grand Jury has formally charged a Warren woman for her part in a fatal crash. 35-year-old Brittany Ullum was indicted on charges of aggravated vehicular homicide and OVI. Her car left Route 46 in Bezetta Township November 3rd. Ullum and a passenger were ejected from the vehicle, which traveled down an embankment. The passenger, 31-year-old Frank Walter of Cortland, ended up in the road where he was hit by another vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Ullum suffered serious injuries. Her blood alcohol level was 0.34. The former Trumbull Regional Medical Center in Warren and Hillside Rehabilitation Hospital in Howland will reopen. That's according to Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost, who says in a statement that he met with representatives of Insight Health to discuss their plans for the facilities. Previous owner Steward Healthcare filed for bankruptcy last year, and Insight purchased them. Insight later said it was unable to access funds necessary to operate the facilities due to issues with Steward. The hospitals closed in March. Yost did not provide details of the reopening plan. It's 75 degrees in Alliance at 5:08. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Now, the Alliance Area Weather Forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Showers and thunderstorms likely this afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high around 77. For the overnight, can't rule out the possibility of more showers and thunderstorms, patchy fog, and a low dipping to 59. Saturday, mostly sunny and a high of 78. That's your AM 1310 WDPN weather.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
In classrooms across the country, chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., grade 4, absent. Julio M., grade 6, absent.
Aisha S., grade 12, absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs, like transportation, healthcare, a working computer, mental health support. The list goes on.
Olivia H., absent. Preston L., absent.
Chloe B., absent.
The reasons why they're absent are very real. And yet the solution is someone present to help them along their path. When site coordinators from communities and schools are on hand, they connect kids to the resources they need. And when they do, 99% of students are present and remain in school throughout the year.
Jacob O., grade 10,
present. Communities and Schools works directly with students, helping them overcome obstacles to succeed in school and in life. Learn more at communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
This place has a pulse. You hear it in the canopy, feel it in the ground.
I remember those
life,
notes.
fully illuminated, engulfs you. From the birds singing in the treetops above to the tiniest insects in the soil below. You take a deep, cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the essence of the forest. Now, imagine it's all gone. Healthy, life-giving forests reduced to nothing. No singing birds, no lush canopy, and water and food in short supply around the world. Time is running out to protect our forests. And without our love, they can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our forests. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
Live from the AM1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Burquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Burquin Show on the AM1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM1310 WDPN.
Puckett. It's in the alley. Long run for Angel Martinez, and he makes the catch. Slides and slammed into the base of the wall. Hopefully he's okay.
Topping guarded Caruso. Little crossover. Caruso pump shot. It's good and a foul. Caruso chaos here in the fourth quarter. It's a 14-point lead. Chance to win it. Final seconds. No fouls to give. Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving. Pulls up. Jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 3/10 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Halliburton does it again. Caruso looking. Throws it up on the rim. Knocked away. And Indiana takes game one. Shocking the Thunder here at OKC. The comeback kids do it again. Two. And a little ground ball right side. Nobody's covering first. The tying run will score, and the winning run will score. The Rays win it on that ground ball. Line to left center field base hit. Here comes Little right there. Waters up. It's low. Late, and the Cardinals win it in 10.
Welcome into the Sam Burquin Show. It is hour 3 on 1310 WDPN. Hello. And thank you for watching and listening on our WDPN X page, our Facebook page. And shout out to those checking in with us today on this Friday on the Q92 Radio Facebook page or YouTube channel. Before we go any further, if you want to win 2 tickets to go see any home game at Canal Park for the Akron Rubber Ducks, all you got to do right now, real easy to do.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn.
Real easy to do.
What do? We help with car, home. Oh.
Type
RV
in the
cover.
word duck in our social media live stream of the show right now. Type in the word duck. That automatically gets you in the drawing to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks. So if you're watching and listening to us now, on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook feed, on X, any of that, go to the live stream right now. Go to the chat section and just type in the word duck, and you're in. And we will randomly select a winner after the show, and we will get right to you and let you know if you are the big winner. So do that right now as we kind of open up the 5 o'clock hour here on 1310 WDPN. Lots of stuff going on today. Want to remind you, the phone lines are open at 330-821-1310. You can also text the show on the WDPN text line at 330-924-7088. Sam Burquin here, Ryan Rainsberg there. Want to thank Ben Axelrod from Awful Announcing for joining us in the 3 o'clock hour. If you missed that interview, it will be up later after the show on our social media platforms. If you ever miss any interviews during the show, you miss them that particular day, you always have the opportunity to go back and listen to them anytime that you like on our social media platform. So just want to remind you about that as well. It is a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Today's question is, besides the completion of the water park and the hotel, you would bring blank to the Hall of Fame Village. What would you put in the Hall of Fame Village? 330-821-1310. That's our fill-in-the-blank Friday question. Besides the completion of the water park and the hotel, put that aside, you would bring in blank to the Hall of Fame Village. We'll read some of your comments coming up here in just a bit. NBA hoops last night. Fantastic. Fantastic. And I would have said that even if the Oklahoma City Thunder would have won. But the Pacers won last night, coming back from a big deficit in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, on the road. Tyrese Halliburton did it again. You heard the game-winning highlight in our show open. Great basketball last night. Great flow, great rhythm to the game. No timeouts after stoppages at the end of the – it was beautiful basketball. It was great. Hope you got a chance to watch it. Game 2 now, don't forget, Sunday night at 8 p.m. And then the series will move to Indiana. And boy, is that going to be a hornet's nest for the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, so Game 2 coming up in the best of 7 series Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Lake Center Christian and Kirtland. Looks like they're just underway over at Louisville. D6 Regional Baseball Championship. Canton Central Catholic in Waynedale were supposed to start at 5 o'clock at Ducky Schroeder Field in Massillon. I think they are still in a little bit of a delay or maybe have just started. So they're a little bit behind. We've got folks at both locations. As soon as we get some updates coming in, we will pass them along to you. Right now, let's open up the phones at 330-821-1310, and let's check in on this Friday afternoon. You're on the Sam Burquin Show. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
This is Miriam.
Hi, Miriam. How are you?
Good. I just have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Where can the show be accessed tonight that's going to talk about the Buckeyes and the Michigan?
That is on my buddy Kirk Barton's. It's called Buckeye Scoop. And I think if you just type that in on YouTube, I think that'll take you right there and you can just turn the volume up and watch.
Okay, that's Kurt Barton.
Mm-hmm. He's the guy in charge, and it's called Buckeye Scoop. And just kind of type that in, and I think you'll be able to pull up the program. And I have it on pretty good authority that it starts at 7 o'clock tonight.
Okay, I wanted to let my brother in California know he's a huge Buckeye fan.
Oh, yeah. I want everybody to watch that tonight. You're welcome. Thanks, Miriam. Yeah, that's our buddy Tom from Salem called in the 4 o'clock hour today, and he was giving us all the dirt, all the scoop, all the hoo-ha on what might happen to Michigan tonight. Today's the day. I know a lot of you forgot, or you're like, oh my God, I'm sick and tired of it. Just make it go away. But today was supposed to be the day that the NCAA is going to bring the hammer down on Michigan. Now we got to hang that phone up over there. Today was supposed to be the day that the hammer drops on the Wolverines. So we'll see. We'll see. I wish it was going on now so we can all revel in this together and we could talk about it. You bet your boots we'll be talking about it on Monday. There's no doubt about that. 20 minutes after the hour. All right, Mr. Rainsberg. Did you know that today is National Donut Day?
I did. I saw that this morning.
What is your go-to donut?
That's a tough choice. It's going to be something with chocolate, probably. Yeah, I really like a good cream stick.
Okay.
Just real simple. Chocolate cream filled.
Well, I put a poll up on the WDPN Facebook page and the Twitter page. You can go to that right now and take that. I put four selections up there. A was glazed donuts. B, the cream stick. C, jelly filled. D, apple fritter. I love me some apple fritters. But you know what? I'm a glazed donut guy. Give me a couple of glazed donuts. 5. And a big glass of milk. I'm good. I don't need all the fancy schmancy. Now, I'll eat them. I'm not going to turn them away. Like if you want to roll in here with a Boston cream or peanut butter or something, I'll wolf it down. But I'm just happy with a regular old glazed donut and milk. How many of you remember there used to be a place, I believe it was on Lincoln Way, and when I was a wee lad, and there were some Sundays that the old man would take us to the donut kettle. Anybody remember the donut kettle? I think it might have been just inside the Massillon city limits, but I know it was on Lincoln Way. I was only like 4, 5, 6 years old. And I bet you we would go there on Sundays. I don't know. What is there? 52 weeks in a year? I bet you we went 26 of those weeks. And we would belly up to the donut counter. And the young lady would come over and, honey, what can we get for you? 3 glazed donuts, please. And a white milk. I don't know what my dad got, but that's what I got. He always tried to, hey, why don't you try something else? Look at all this back here. Nope. Give me my glazed donuts and my milk. I'm good. Never forget. Those are the good days, man. But I don't know if anybody else remember the donut kettle or not. I don't even know how long they were around. This would have been, geez, if I was 4, 5, 6, 7, this definitely was in the 70s. I know that. Might have been the late 70s. I love that place. And I think the donuts were like 30 cents. They might have been 25 cents. And the milk was like 25 cents for like little school cartons of milk that you get. So I would go in there and get 3 donuts and milk for like $1.25. You can't even get a donut today for like, you're lucky to find one for $2. When and why did donuts become so expensive? It's freaking dough. That's all it is. And some of these convenience stores, $2.39, $2.59 for a measly donut. No, thank you. I'll pass. I will pass. I'm not paying $2.50 for a glazed donut that's probably been sitting there since 5:30 in the morning. I'm out. Am I nuts? Why are donuts so expensive? Dough. It's in the name. And they're $2.50 a whack. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Let's take a break before I get really angry. It's 5:25 on the Sam Burquin Show. Phones are open 330-821-1310. It's a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Stay with us.
The Canton Greek Fest returns June 5th, 6th, and 7th, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day, featuring indoor and outdoor dining, the St. Haralambos Hellenic dancers, cooking demos, kids' playground, wine tasting, drive-thru, and so much more. Outdoor dance party Thursday with DJ Puff. Friday night, Greek night with DJ Vasilios. And professional fireworks show Saturday night. Visit CantonGreekFest.com for all the details, menus, and more. Canton Greek Fest, June 5, 6, and 7 at 251 25th Street Northwest in Canton.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit OutdoorStewards.org.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
It is time for one of our favorite times of the day on this day in sports history. Join us every Monday through Friday, right about this time here on 1310 WDPN. On this day in 1890, the United States Polo Association was founded in New York. 1939, Williamsport, Pennsylvania, the first Little League game was played. Listen to this. Lundy Lumber defeated Lycoming Dairy 23-8. So Lundy definitely covered. There's no question about that. On this day in 1946, the Basketball Association of America was formed in New York, New York. 1992, Eddie Murray passed Mickey Mantle on the all-time switch-hitting RBI list. Mantle held that record at 1,509. Ooh, not a good day here. 1996, baseball's executive council told Marge Schott, owner of the Reds, to give up day-to-day operations within a week or face a suspension. Schott had caused controversy with comments she made concerning Adolf Hitler in an ESPN interview. That was all the way back in 1996. All right, it's time for the audio portion of today's On This Day in History. Wayne Gretzky of the Kings, he won the Hart Trophy for the 9th time. He was the first player in NHL history to win the same award 9 different times.
Beginning in 1979-80, his first season in the National Hockey League, Wayne Gretzky won the Hart Trophy as the league's most valuable player 8 consecutive times. After Mario Lemieux ended that streak in 1987-88, Gretzky registered 54 goals and 168 points the following season, his first with the Los Angeles Kings.
No question. My friend Wayne Gretzky.
And on June 7th, 1989, Gretzky won the Hart Trophy for the 9th and final time, an NHL record.
Good stuff right there. Congratulations to Wayne Gretzky. And on this day in 2018, euphoria for the long-suffering fans of the Washington Capitals of the NHL. They got their Stanley Cup.
To make sure that is accurate. Off the face-off, the Capitals have won it. The capital of the country is the capital of the hockey playoffs. They rush out onto the ice to congratulate Braden Holtby. The Washington Capitals, for the first time in their 44-year history, are the Stanley Cup champions.
And they did it on this day in 2018, and they defeated the Las Vegas Golden Knights. News and weather next on 1310 WDPN.
Now, the latest area news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:30. The new jobs report shows American employers added 139,000 jobs in May. That's slightly better than expected despite uncertainty over President Trump's trade war. ABC News business reporter Alexis Christophorus has more.
The job market is gradually slowing down. So that 139,000 jobs added beats the 125,000 we expected. And the unemployment rate holding steady at 4.2%, still near a half-century low. But have to point out that April and March numbers were revised lower by a combined 95,000. So the job market was a little weaker than we first thought in the winter and early spring.
Insiders have speculated about a potential falling out between Donald Trump and Elon Musk for months. It never seemed to happen until Thursday. The world's most powerful man and its wealthiest began attacking each other in a spectacle that left Washington breathless. The feud began with Musk's criticism of Trump's legislative agenda, which would increase the deficit while eliminating tax incentives that have helped his electric automaker Tesla. Trump responded by threatening to cut government subsidies and contracts for Musk's companies, and things only escalated from there. Russia unleashed a new round of airstrikes overnight as retaliation for Ukraine's drone attack on Russian military aircraft. ABC Global Affairs anchor Martha Raddatz reports from Kyiv.
With air raid sirens blaring, the capital's mayor urging people to stay in shelters. Ukraine is bracing for possibly an even larger Russian assault after Vladimir Putin vowed revenge for Ukraine's brazen drone strike that crippled at least 10 Russian warplanes, including nuclear-capable bombers worth billions. President Trump, after campaigning he would end the war in Ukraine on day one, now suggesting in the Oval Office it might be better to let both sides for a while fight it out.
The Pentagon watchdog is looking into whether any of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's staffers was asked to delete signal messages that may have shared sensitive military information with a reporter. The investigation is asking some past and current staffers who were with Hegseth on the day of the airstrikes on Houthi targets in Yemen who posted the information and who had access to his phone. That's according to two people familiar with the investigation and documents reviewed by the Associated Press. Hegseth has said none of the information was classified. It's 74 degrees in Alliance at 5:32. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Here's the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
For your Friday afternoon, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely, a high near 77. More chances for showers and thunderstorms overnight, patchy fog and a low around 59. Saturday, mostly sunny and a high near 78. That's your AM 1310 WDPN weather.
I think we can all agree. Over the last few years, things have gotten weird.
Weird, confusing, and at times pretty scary.
And for our kids, these things can be overwhelmingly stressful.
And can increase the risk for mental health problems as they grow.
But there's so much hope.
Scientific research and real-life experience
tell us that the number one antidote to stress is authentic, trusted relationships.
So that's why I.
That's why I.
That's why we.
That's why I am committed to building and maintaining a trusted space.
For the students I influence every single day.
Until schools across the country
can proudly call ourselves a trusted space.
This is 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 a trusted space.
Access free films and resources to build trusted spaces in your schools and communities at atrustedSpace.org.
Small businesses are the heart of America. But you don't have to go it alone. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Get the connections, education, and guidance you need with SCORE. We're ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
You're listening to the Sam Burquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
And we're back about a half hour to go here on the program. If you want to get involved, 330-821-1310. You can text the show anytime, 330-924-7088. Hey, you want to go see the Rubber Ducks? Yep. Okay. You. All you have to do, go to our live video stream feed right now. You may be already watching or listening. Just go in the comment area, type the word duck. Just type the word duck in the comment area on our social media platforms, our live stream feed of the show. Type the word duck. That automatically gets you in the running to be selected at random to win a pair of tickets to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks. You'll get a voucher, and you can go see any game you want this year up at Canal Park. So if you got us on the live stream, Facebook, X, what have you, YouTube channel, just go to the comments section and type in the word duck. That's all you have to do. All you got to do. And we'll pick a winner at random after the show. And if you are selected, we will get right in touch with you. All right, 330-821-1310 is our telephone number. It's another wild weather day. I can report to you both of the high school baseball regional championship games are underway over at Massillon Central Catholic in Waynedale. No score in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Lake Center Christian leads Kirtland 2-0 in the first inning. That game is being played over in Louisville. So that's what's going on there. Good luck to both of our local teams. Get it done. our fill-in-the-blank Friday. Besides the completion of the water park and the hotel, you would put blank at the Hall of Fame Village. Great response today. A lot of people want parking. A lot of people want an arena for concerts and sporting events. Richard Edward just sent in, Sammy, reopen the Giesen House there. Huh? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Sherry Krebs, Clemson. Sherry, hope you are well. If you had a casino, it would bring in money to help build other things. Linda Klein says, definitely better parking and closer. It's a very long walk from the parking area to a lot of the events. John Tombo, the pride of Tuslaw, says, get a casino in there. Kim Coolidge down in Texas, faithful listener. She says, yep, get a casino in there. It will drive revenue. It will drive traffic. What would you put in the Hall of Fame Village besides building out the water park and the hotel? Sweet Lord, get that thing built. You would put blank at the Hall of Fame Village. Let us know on the social media platforms or give us a call, 330-821-1310. Will the Guardians score a run tonight? Please. Can we score a run? Shutout last night by the Yankees. I've had people texting me, hey, I listen to your show every day. And I love the opening where you play highlights from the night before. And then they'll go on to say, where's the Guardians highlights? Well, when you don't score, you don't get highlights. That's why we had to put a defensive highlight in today. Angel Martinez wild catch out in center field. That's all we had. You got to score runs to make the highlight reel. Okay? Look, I want them as much as you do. But if they're not there, they're not there. Guardians at 33-26 will host the Houston Astros this weekend. Stros come in 34-28. Anybody going up this weekend to Progressive Field? I know they got a couple of big dates. I know tonight is, well, Friday, so it's got to be fireworks night. I think there's a T-shirt giveaway. Do they do dollar dogs on every Friday? I don't know. But I know they do fireworks. And I think there's a big giveaway tomorrow. And then Sunday is usually like family day, kids run the bases and all that stuff. So you'll probably have some good crowds up there. Is anybody going? And if you are, is anybody going to try to sneak in a trash can in a drumstick so you can bang on it and troll the Houston Astros? I know a lot of people have not forgotten about that cheating scandal years ago. What was it, 4 or 5 years ago? Remember, Jose Altuve had that wire inside of his jersey. It would buzz twice if it was a curveball. It would buzz once if it was a fastball, so they knew what was coming. And you had people in the dugout banging on a trash can, letting know what a certain sign was for the batter or for the pitcher. And Lord knows what else they were doing. It was pretty high tech, man. It was new school. It was straight up cheating. Never really anything happened to him. I'll never understand that. Fred Manfred's like, it's okay. It's all right. But I know there are still stadiums to this day when the Astros roll into town, especially if it's like the Texas Rangers, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox. Inevitably, somebody was able to sneak some kind of a small trash can or something. People will make signs. They still do it today. It's been a handful of years since the cheating scandal. But Jose Altuve, and there's a couple of holdovers that are still on the team. Now, George Springer is gone. A lot of the guys either got traded away or left via free agency. But I bet you Jose Altuve gets booed all weekend. He'll get booed all weekend. But hopefully the Guardians can do something. There was an article in Yahoo Sports today of the trade deadline, which, remember, does not come up until June 31st. But that's when you got to figure out, if you're a franchise, what you want to do. Are you going to buy? Are you going to sell? Are you just going to kind of hang out and watch the world go by? So I looked at a couple of teams, including the Guardians. Obviously in our division, Minnesota, Detroit, Kansas City. And then I also looked at Toronto. We seem to, obviously we have a relationship there because our old general manager is up with Toronto now, Mark Shapiro. And I think there's somebody else went up there with him. So there's a relationship there where, if those two teams, if they could make a deal with each other and both teams win, they'll go ahead and pull the trigger on it. Now, we also make a lot of deals with San Diego, and it's been that way for a while. But it seems the Blue Jays could maybe be a partner. But here's what the article says about the teams, that what they might do, what they might not do, or what they need around the deadline. Let's start with the team that's in first place, the Detroit Tigers. What they need, according to the article, a scary right-handed bopper and a veteran arm. Some of the solutions could be Rhys Hoskins, Eugenio Suarez, Bo Bichette, Austin Hayes, Andrew Haney. For the Tigers, the team with the best record in baseball has achieved this status with an offense more than the sum of its parts. It is a very interchangeable lineup with lots of potential flexibility. Detroit would benefit from adding one more middle-of-the-order bat. And the Tigers, I believe, are in a position now, they'll go get it. They know that their window is open now. They'll go get it. And keep your eyes on Bo Bichette. That name is going to resurface here in a couple of seconds. Okay, the Kansas City Royals, what they need, any offensive help at all. Again, who's out there for them? Austin Hayes, Ryan O'Hearn, Luis Robert from the White Sox, Lourdes Gurriel, Mike Yastrzemski. It says this offense is a mess. It's a mess. KC is probably hoping a team like Toronto, Arizona, or Frisco falls out of contention so they can possibly swing a deal with one or two of their players. Okay? Minnesota Twins. They fall in the category of the sleepy middle. It says the Twins are typically conservative at the deadline. Now that they have 67.3% playoff odds, don't expect the fury of transactions. If they fall out of contention, Harrison Bader, Chris Paddock will attract attention. Now there's another team in the sleepy middle category. I bet you can't believe who it is. That's right. The Cleveland Guardians. And I quote, the Cleveland Guardians outperforming one's run differential to this extent, impressive or unsustainable. For a team like Cleveland that does so many little things well and uncovers value beneath the stone, we lean towards the former. They'll probably treat the impending return of Cy Young Shane Bieber like a deadline boost. Well, we know that took a turn for the worse yesterday. He had a setback. We don't know what's going on with Shane Bieber. Says the Guardians don't have a real center fielder on the roster, which could make this an interesting landing spot for, say, Harrison Bader if the Twins tumble. Bo Bichette's name has also been linked to the Guardians from Toronto as maybe a move at the deadline. Let's just say they get Bichette and Harrison Bader. Let's just say Shane Bieber comes along, no more setbacks, and he's his old self, right? Maybe by the 1st of August. Okay, I'm gonna push him coming back. I'm gonna push that back another couple of weeks. So let's say you get Bieber back, you make a move for Bader, you get Bo Bichette. Now maybe we're talking a little bit. Remember, you're 6.5 out of the division now, but you're majorly in play for a wild card spot. That can be had. And again, it always comes down to, will the Guardians organization, when it's time to put up or shut up, will they put up? Will they make some moves? Or do they sit back and say, we don't have enough? Maybe they feel they can't beat a Detroit in the playoffs, or can't beat a Houston, or can't beat a New York. Look, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Minnesota, Seattle, all a big part of the mix as we sit here today. And again, we got a long way to go. But you got to start putting yourself in a position. You got to start looking. And I know they're looking. I know they are. The Guardians are a very cerebral front office. They just don't spend money. They've got to be cerebral. They've got to find these diamonds in the rough. They got to find these reclamation projects. They got to find the guy who's coming off the Tommy John surgery. They got to find the guy who's coming off the ulnar collateral ligament restoration. It's just what they do. And they do a pretty good job of it. I wish they would pull the trigger more times than they don't. Will this be the year that they change their philosophy on that? Look, if Shane Bieber gets healthy, and we all pray that he does, and gets back to old Shane, and you pull the trigger on a deal for a Bader, how are we feeling? If you pull the trigger on a Bo Bichette, how are we feeling? A Reese Hoskins, somebody else. And, of course, you're going to need guys like Bo Naylor to turn it up. You got to help Jose. Manzardo's got to be more consistent. Remember, they took John Kenzie Noel and they booted him down to Columbus. He's not going to be around for a while. Ben Lively, 12 to 18 months away now. He's Tommy John surgery. You're not going to have him for maybe almost 2 years. And at that point, you can't worry about it. You just can't. And then Shane Bieber had that setback, so his return is probably going to be delayed an extra week or two, 7 to 10 days, something in that neighborhood because of the setback that he suffered a couple of nights ago. So you put all this in, and you sit back, you get out your pen and paper, your phone, you look and you say, okay, here's where we're strong. Here's where we're weak. This is what we can do. This is what we cannot do. And you try to make those good decisions, try to make a smart move, and make a run. With that third wild card, you really give yourself a great chance to get in. It's just making a move after that. You just want a seat at the table. That's all. Just get me an invitation to the party. I'll worry about the rest when I get there. But if they don't start scoring some runs, and maybe this is just maybe this is a 4 or 5 game funk that they're in. Something tells me that I know better than that, but maybe that's what it is. But they got to find a way to figure it out. All right, we'll take a break. 5:51 here on the Sam Burquin Show. Got about 8-9 minutes before we wrap things up. Get your phones in, 330-821-1310. Get your text in, 330-924-7088. And if you want to win Akron Rubber Ducks tickets, now is a great time to get in, okay? All you got to do is go to our live video stream on X, Twitter, YouTube channel, Facebook. Just go to the comments section. All you got to do is type in the word duck. Type in the word duck, and you're in. We will randomly select the winner after the show and get right back to you. Sounds easy enough. Get in there. Sam Burquin Show back in a minute on 1310.
Hey drivers, it's Ryan Blaney, your 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion and driver of the number 12 Discount Tire Ford Mustang. Do you know one of the most important things that helps keep my car going on the track? Tire pressure. Keeping your tires properly inflated is crucial for safe stopping power and better gas mileage. Check your tire pressure at least once a month or stop by a local tire retailer for an air check.
A message from the U.S. Tire Manufacturers Association.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
With love I will build a wonderful thing that makes this life better for you and for me.
For 100 years and counting, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been creating wonderful opportunities for children in need. This life-changing medical care helps them do the things they've always dreamed of.
Shriners Hospitals for Children has done so much for me and so many other kids.
I can dance.
I can play games with my friends.
Because of Shriners Hospitals for Children, I have no limits, and I'm doing more than what I ever thought possible.
To find out more about how children in need are being helped every day, go to loveshriners.org today.
This is the Sam Burquin Show on AM1310 WDPN.
And we're back for the final 5 minutes or so. You want to get a quick call in, 330-821-1310. And if you want to go see the Akron Rubber Ducks, this is good for a voucher for 2 tickets to any home game this year at Canal Park. All you got to do is go to our live stream right now, and in the chat section, the comment section, same thing, type in the word duck. That's all you have to do, and you're in. Type in the word duck. Go to our stream feed on YouTube, on X, on Facebook. You're in. We will get a hold of a winner after the show. So you got about 5 minutes to get in there, so give it a shot. You might be a winner here on 1310 WDPN. All right, a couple of updates on the high school baseball today. In the top of the second inning over in Massillon, Central Catholic has taken the lead over Waynedale, Crusaders 2, and the Bears 1. Central 2, Waynedale 1, and they're in the bottom of the second. Waynedale is the home team today. Over at Louisville, Lake Center Christian 4, Kirtland 0 in the bottom of the second inning. So both of our local teams, the only 2 still around, are getting it done so far today. So we'll be rooting on the Crusaders and the Tigers today and see if they can punch their ticket to the Final Four. Good luck to the Carrollton softball team this weekend. Good luck to the Jackson softball team. Good luck to the Perry softball team this weekend. All right. I usually ask my producer extraordinaire about this time every Friday, and I pretty much know what the answer is, but I'm going to keep asking. What's on tap for you this weekend, my friend?
I really got to start. I'm going to have to start planning ahead because you ask me this every week, and I never plan anything. I just let the weekend happen to me. I think this afternoon I'm going to go over to my friend's house. We're going to hang out, play some video games and stuff. But, yeah, that's what I got today. Tomorrow and Sunday is just totally open.
Total, whatever happens.
I'll let life happen to me. It's easier.
You know, one of these Fridays, he's going to surprise me with
I'm going to have something so cool planned.
Like some last-second Vegas trip.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to Jamaica this weekend, Sam, actually. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, you're going.
I'm going to go hang out with Bob Marley.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to happen.
I apologize for being so boring.
That's all right. That's all right. You're still a pup. You're all right. Did you see this? A California high school sprinter was stripped of her state championship after an unsportsmanlike celebration. She did the celebration with the help of a fire extinguisher. This is according to the LA Times. Clara Adams, she's a 16-year-old sophomore at North Salinas High. She finished the 400-meter finals 0.28 seconds before her closest competitor. So she won easily, but was disqualified by the California Interscholastic Federation due to her celebration. Following her win, she obtained a small fire extinguisher from her dad, who was in the stands. She then sprayed her cleats, implying that they were on fire due to her blazing speed and winning the race.
That's pretty funny, Sam.
The CIF disqualified her from the 400-meter finals and the 200-meter finals due to that celebration, which they deemed unsportsmanlike.
I mean,
who brings a fire extinguisher to a track meet?
She was celebrating. She wasn't rubbing it in. Nobody got hurt. If anything, the only thing that got damaged were her own shoes. So, cool crime.
I mean, that's been done before, but not at the high school level. I think it was maybe done in the Olympics one year. Somebody did it. I forget who it was that started this whole thing. And so she finished this race and she just smoked everybody. So Dad walks, there's video of this. You can check it out. It's on YouTube. He walks down the bleachers. She meets him halfway. She takes the extinguisher. She goes back out onto the track and she starts spraying her cleats with the fire extinguisher. And she got disqualified. Holy smokes. Well, you just never know. That's going to wrap it up. Thanks to my extraordinarily talented, multi-talented producer today, Ryan Rainsberg.
Albeit despite slightly boring.
Thanks to all the callers and the texters and the commenters today. Most of all, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great weekend. Go Central Catholic. Go Lake Center Christian. Go Guards. Go Browns. Go Bucks. Go Cavs. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you Monday on 1310 WDPN. So long.